guys,
What?
the Koyo is back on Chiku, man.
Oh yeah. Now he's focused. The Koyo is there.
The buff
Koyo.
is there.
The buff.
100% focus.
100% focus. Okay. Some surprising heroes from the group stages as well as the first round of the knockouts. Which hero will be unpicked apart from these ones? We have the Badang as well as the Joy. Like, I would say 2 out of the 5 is already picked up by Diablo himself. And then there's Alpha.
Chico used Nathan.
That's also true.
That's a debut.
That's a debut. And of course, the AA Mon. What else do you want to see today? Like, we know for sure that Todak is like, the team that will actually give out some of those weird picks or pocket strategies. Do you think that something like a Layla or a Mia along the way will be picked up here?
Let's see. Like, honestly, in terms of the gold lane, we might even see fighters. We might even see Hayabusa go. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not Hayabusa go.
Yeah.
It happened once, not again. But
Okay.
Chico has been using quite a lot, like the Grok, the Minsitar in the gold lane as well.
Arlot.
Arlet.
Arlot in the gold. Yeah, we
1-3-1.
saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Other non-meta heroes that you want to see today?
Lunok's jungle.
Layla.
Layla.
Seriously, this hero is very
Strong.
good, very strong because I'm using Layla at gold lane. So damage is so.
Maybe because it was you.
Guys,
Yeah,
guys,
I
that's
was
probably the
maybe
It's a
reason.
Repo thing.
Let me remind you guys what Repo did. He played carry, EXP lane, full tank.
Yes.
What?
Sustain
Okay.
carry.
Sustain carry, also
Okay.
dealing damage.
Did you win?
No.
Very unfortunate. But now we are comparing Benicute and Chico, guys. This is perfect because Repo actually mentioned that Benicute should be the one that's controlled by Todak. And you know that Chico, guys, can be that kind of chaotic kind of gold laner. You are already frowning, Mr.
I'm not
Leo.
frowning. I'm just surprised at the large deficiency
I mean,
in the stats.
I'm
Chi-
colorblind.
No, yeah, you're right. But folks, just so you know, this is actually the representation. Chiku's stats are inside Benicuti's stats.
Woo.
That's how big it is.
Okay, okay.
I mean, it's not that bad being inside Benicute, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. No, it's not
The KDA
at all.
2.2, I guess that's not
Benny's
great.
amazing. Benny's
That's
amazing.
That's better than average? 2.2?
I mean, like you can say that
That's-
Benicute is more reliable, and you
Yeah.
can see that being reflected in the statistics
That's
and
right.
in the data, right? But
That's right.
Chico knows how to get things done when it comes down to it, right? His play, remember when he did that split push, was
right.
able to win them a game.
Yep.
So that's huge.
Yep, and to answer
You're
Lafel's
huge.
question, to answer Lafel's question, rank number 9 KDA,
What?
2.2 is not that high, but I do agree with you. Chico guys can think of unimaginable ways to win a game. And now people asked Moon, we have 110% confidence to beat Echo. Wow, even
90, 98, 99, 110.
Okay, we
Oh.
definitely
Yes.
need this confidence if we want to win against Echo. Is Moon actually a very confident guy? Would you think that he's a rather confident guy?
Look at his face, man. He's very handsome. How can you not be confident with
This-
that face? Look at that face.
This is why I'm a Moonatic.
Moonatic.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd like to report that we have established Moonatics KH.
Moonatics
It's
KH.
done. Moonatics SG, Moonatics MY, Moonatics ID, Moonatics KH.
And you're part of KH.
Now,
He's everyone.
yeah.
I have
He's
a-
the president.
I have a few members in.
He's the global member.
Yeah, okay. Well, play head-to-head. We can see some of the important stats here. Maybe the real question is, for the entirety of Toda, do you even look at the stats at all? Does it even matter?
Nah, fam. Nah.
Why? Why is that the case?
Here's the thing, right? Being in Malaysia, I'm an analyst for a very long time. I've gotten to the point numbers don't matter.
Do you agree, Repo?
Yes, I agree.
Why is that the
Stats
case?
Stats only stats.
Stats
Yes.
only stats.
Yeah,
Okay.
gameplay is all about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Age is just a number. Wait,
age
what?
is Carry is just a marksman.
Okay, so when you were playing against Todak throughout MPL MY Season 11, even if the kill score was 0-20, you always watch out.
Yeah.
Even if you were 20, Todak 0, you will still be careful.
Yeah, because like I remember like one games we are leading but they are losing, but they can make things
Happen.
yeah,
Turn around.
Yeah, turn around so they can win the game even though their KDA is low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, kind of wish that I'd play in MPL Malaysia though.
Why?
Because it's chaotic. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what will happen.
Like, it shouldn't be a team fight, but we do a team fight. And by the way, it's an echo table.
It's an echo
Yeah,
table.
but we don't see Repo's name on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ripo.
Let's ask Repo first.
Who do you think is going to win, Mr. Repo?
For me, Malaysian, I will support Todak win,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, so
Okay.
if there was a fifth name there for the English desk, Ripo says Todak.
Todak. And
Rafael, why Echo?
yeah, why Echo?
Yeah, what's that?
Minority, you know, the minority needs to win. Plus, Ripo knows
minority needs
I have
to win.
I have a curse going
Oh.
on, so I cannot curse Toda. You know,
Okay, so it's in action. It's you've deployed it.
exactly.
Wow, that is that's surprising. But at the same time, not at all surprising. And why don't we look at this ROG Challenge segment where we are seeing Chico's hands actually holding on to ROG Phone 7. The Asus Republic of Gamers, or ROG, is the official gaming phone partner of MSC 2023. The ROG Phone 7 comes with the Aeroactive Cooler 7 that provides you with a portable 2.1 sound system, and alongside the spectacular 165Hz AMOLED display, you can play games like you've never experienced before. Check out now the Chico Guys and Momo from Todak utilizing the ROG Phone 7 to do their warm up. And I think that they're warmed up to go.
Reminds me of my Nana. That's yeah. On my RG Phone 7, Nana becomes a meta hero.
Wow.
That's how I play.
Because of all the hertz.
That's right.
Yeah.
Finally, a phone that can catch up with his brilliant mind.
Yeah, especially with the Nano.
Wow. What a praise. Oh my God. I'm going to use that one. Finally a phone that can keep up with your brilliant mind.
Or
All the hurts.
all the hertz that you need. Now, gentlemen and lady, we now have to talk about the game itself. This is a best of 5 and we're starting game number 1. We've already talked about some of the heroes that we can expect. Aside from the gold lane, aside from that, what do you think should we expect in this game? Like what hero, what composition, what playstyle?
Maybe like surprise pick from Todak. I hope that Dex Max, the Echo, very confusing when choosing the hero. So that, for example, Todak picking this hero, they can flex.
Oh.
Because I know the Todak
Okay.
gameplay, they really like to flex the hero.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will max the Echo coaches like, oh, I don't know what they do.
Headache.
Yeah, it's a confusion should be the
I
go-to
am the
coming out
power of
from
light
Todak
and
as we head into the draft. By the way, just to like to remind everyone that
will choose
the top seed during the first round of the knockout stages, the top seed team, for example, Echo as the top one from their groups, will be the one to decide which side they will play on for the first game.
So Echo chose to be first pick.
That is absolutely correct, and that means that they will be banning out Ling.
Yeah.
What's up with the Ling?
What's up with the Ling? Rival is pretty good with the Ling. And the thing about Toda is they always have plan B, plan C, plan D in the game. Whereas like first D didn't happen, then the second D might go down. So
Yep.
with Rival on an assassin pick, they could either pressure or go for a split push. So a double split push kind of composition where usually when it comes to the team fight, Moon and Yum is definitely needed. Most of the time Momo is there as well, especially if he's using something like a Joy that can go straight to the back line and burst someone out very fast.
Yep.
So the Ling ban is very much just respecting Rival.
Okay. There will come a point in this draft, by the way, that I'd like to remind everyone who's watching Echo, they draft really quickly.
Yeah.
Right? It's called a blitz draft, where you just pick up the hero whenever they think so. But so far, you see the 1-1 and the Kaja banned out. The
Among the
Joy
planes
eventually will be
exists
open
the
up, as well as the
Equilibrium,
Fredrin.
which
Any
I
kind
was
of
made
anything you want to see as the first pick for Echo?
As a Malaysian fan, I don't know, maybe like a Uranus or
Uranus, okay.
Oh, okay.
something. Just
First
don't
pick the
pick,
Uranus.
just don't pick anything great. Don't pick
Yeah.
the Fredrin.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be the Fredrin.
Don't
though.
pick the Valentina. You know, just I don't know, a Uranus. Why not?
Okay.
Just
Okay. That's very likely maybe
not the
2
case, I
years
know.
ago,
All right, sure.
perhaps during MPL Season 6, perhaps that will be a first pick. But today, it's all about the Fredrin, the Joy, maybe the Valentina. If you're from Todak, Ripo and the Fel, what do you think is the best hero as the first 2 picks for Todak?
Time to drop the
For
beat
me,
of the
if like
is
Novaria is open,
Novaria.
Nova.
Okay.
maybe
Novaria
can they
is
pick,
open.
Yeah, because
It is my mission.
oh, they
to
pick
Lancelot.
Lancelot.
Wow.
Yeah, Echo for the Lancelot. So maybe from here, maybe for me, maybe they can pick Novaria and for example, Cho maybe. Yeah, respect for Yaoi.
Yeah,
Because they
Denai.
didn't want Yaoi to pick their hero.
How about Valentina? Or you don't pick Novaria and Valentina?
Here's the thing, Novaria can be used as a roamer. Unsure whether Toda wants to go that route because I kind of feel like Toda really likes very heavy front lines here.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I don't want to see is early pick for rival unless it's a very specific assassin they want to pick up. Because I kind of feel like against Blacklist, they pick very, very early like the Akai and everything like that and then eventually just get countered. Maybe the Fredrin, in fact. If he wants early pick, maybe Fredrin.
Veteran Fallen.
Yeah, Fredrin.
Fredrin Valen. Okay, that's our guess.
Oh.
It indeed will be
Cho.
Wow.
I call both of them. I call both.
Okay.
Wait.
Gua pandai.
Oh, what does that
clever,
mean?
It means I'm clever.
Okay, you are clever. Okay, and as well as Repo, now Echo, they have been denied of the Cho. Does this mean that they will be shifting a little differently here?
Maybe all the more reason they should pick up the Valentina.
Valentina.
So that Sanji now has the kick.
Okay, and for additional damage, Yuzhong.
Oh no!
Kadita. Wow, double combo petrify.
That's it.
Oh.
So they will beat the CC.
They will beat the CC. Okay, so that's a very quick response coming out from Echo. We do know that the Kadita is a strong hero, but okay, the crowd is rising up. I wonder why. Maybe because of the Yuzhong.
because the Karita was dancing on screen.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. It looked pretty good actually. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, so we are inviting everyone to actually come here in Cambodia for
Come to Phnom Penh.
Phnom Penh, yeah.
Like if you're from the
stage is so
Philippines,
nice.
Yeah.
Indonesia, Malaysia, just come to Phnom Penh.
Yeah, book a flight because it's so interesting here.
There's a few seats left. Literally just a few.
Exactly. How do you respond now if you're Todak? Are you scared at all of the Kadita or the Yuzhong?
For marksman, maybe a little bit scary because those both heroes can go into backline very
Difficult.
yeah, difficult, like straightforward to the backline. So it's a little bit hard for Chico to.
I think Claude will be banned here.
Yeah.
Claude is good against this.
Varia.
Yeah.
Okay.
No room for Nova.
No room for
For
Nova.
Echo,
Yeah.
Yaoi's not gonna pick up the Kadita?
could be.
But I haven't seen him play the Kadita in a
I've
while.
seen it on ranked.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Just streamed
Wow.
it 2 days ago.
So you're watching Yaoi stream,
No,
huh?
I watch everyone's stream.
Really?
I need to gather information.
Apparently,
Oh.
Benny Cutie has the highest GPM. That's
Yeah,
great.
he does.
819. Yeah. That's pretty high for a marksman for sure at 800 in this very important match that we have. It's going to be the Kufra band. Do you like the Valentina here from Todak? Do you think it's gonna be a good pick going up against what Yuzhong as well as the Kadita?
Very good for me because like he can take those both hero ultimate. So can for the first turtle they can like balance the early game damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the Claw that you guys have expected to be banned out, and it was indeed banned out by Echo. Of course, Chico guys is very comfortable with that kind of hero. We saw that. But now Todak gonna be focusing on some of the roam bands here. Are they assuming that this Kadita will be played by Sanji?
I think he did pick it up, right?
Yeah, we're on the. All right. Yeah, we did stream with a Kadita roam, but 7 times out of 10, it's
Okay.
likely Sanji.
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of feel like with the roam bands as well, they're kind of forcing this Karita to be in the mid.
Yep.
The glue has been picked up, and apparently Over to Moon Moon holds the record for the most damage dealt in the game
Wow.
against Team Occupy. 176,000 damage, so that's pretty
Too
good.
bad. That's pretty good. Is Todak actually thinking about the carry?
I've been
Well,
waiting for too long.
okay. Well, they picked up the. I think the way they pick up the carry is because they banned the Harriet.
Yes.
And in comes the Blitz Draft. They just gonna pick it up. No time to react. It's the Franco and the Beatrix. Todak, you are lacking XP lane perhaps or a jungler. What do you think is the last pick?
For me, maybe jungler because the veteran can flex to EXP because
Okay.
if they meet the Franco, it's really hard for jungler.
Oh, okay. So, what kind of heroes do you think will be there?
Maybe for the assassin can be split. For example, like
What's your command?
Yeah.
oh
Fanny.
Yeah,
perfect.
and yeah, Pandai Ripo.
thank you.
Okay, so we have a few seconds here, Ripo. I want to pick your brain. I want to ask you, what do you think is the general win condition here for both teams? Who do you think is more favored?
For me, I didn't pick any side. Like I'm Malaysian, but I really like Echo Draft. Seriously,
Okay.
the draft is really like pick off and then team fight. Pick off, team fight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
You just like to play in that kind of.
yeah, I
Alright.
really like that gameplay. So
Okay.
Toda need to be careful.
Okay. How about you, gentlemen and lady? Yeah?
I'm sorry it's making it a bit more
Nah, it's
It's
okay.
like complicated for you.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get used to it. We have a full 5-game series to do it, but yeah.
She's sorry for being a lady, and for
Yeah.
me, looking at this game, I'm looking at Toda. If they want to win, I agree with Repo. They gotta play macro.
Gonna play macro. That will be the win condition for Todak, while Echo very comfortable with this. Now Eterna, please take us to the Land of Dawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's invite you through the portal as the Swordfishes and the Orcas are going to collide for game number 1 in this best of 5 series.
The crowd reacted. Yawi missed the hook on a non-moving buff. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right because, again, in this kind of game, it's all about how you finish, not about how you start. Speaking about how you start, so far, Yumes and Moon, they're moving together. Moon there, see, doesn't know that Yawi is there just yet. Pulls the buff.
Finally gets it.
Doesn't really matter that much.
Oh, they're going to sandwich the playmaker. Backing up Yumes. Very low, Yawi. Where you going? He survives.
Yeah, you just mentioned it, right? It's
Yeah.
not how you start, it's how you finish. And he does land that hook, and it does buy Echo a little bit of time here in the early stage of the game. But one of my questions is this a signature Yawi at the Franco?
Honestly, I kind of feel like Yawi is one of those players that could just do with anything, right?
I wouldn't say it's signature, but he's very good at it. When you say signature, you're still looking at the Cho, maybe even the Kufra. But oh wait, Sanji's gonna be okay. There's the knock-up, concussive blast trigger. A few basic attacks could have done it. Sanji lives.
Yeah, he still gets out for the moment here. And you can see the rotations happening, like the difference in rotations happening from both of these teams. Feels like Todak gonna spend a little bit more time and looking to invade, actually. Carl Tizzy and Rival going at it.
Yep, I think he got the call from Moon. They're looking for the play here, the invade. Oh, instead gonna move over to the gold buff.
Right now, honestly, looking at the bottom side because I'm very curious how Chico Guys is playing this lane because as a carry with the Purify, you kind of can't take those very aggressive trades because if you have a very, very bad positioning, you don't have a lot of options to run away. So for now, BenQt is actually forcing Chico Guys to be in his turret. As I say that, Chico Guys is moving forward.
Here's the pull coming in from Echo. 2v3. Sanji refused to leave. Still not hitting level 4. There's the Black Dragon form coming in, drawing a line between the members of Todak and Echo. Carl Tizzy scores a turtle.
Yeah, in this early game, you would expect that Todak might be a little bit more aggressive, but it doesn't seem like Rival want to go for the objective play.
Oh.
I mean, looking at his emblem itself, right, he wants to go for these plays on those side lanes, give perhaps Chico a little bit of a fighting chance, realizing because he's on the carry, he is in a losing lane against the Beatrix.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Rival, I think he goes in just a little bit just to see how much he's dealing damage in this game. And I kind of feel like, okay, I don't feel like I'm enough just yet, so he's going to wait just a little bit more. I saw a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of damage there on his starting build. Not sure what his first build is going to be, but for now, I kind of feel like Toda, they do want to go a little bit aggressive. They want to make sure that they win the side lanes, but it does look like it's not going to be enough. And for now, 2 fingers. That means it's going to be quick, not the quickest, but still relatively quick.
It's a relatively easy to fix situation here, as you can see. Sanford waiting very, very patiently for one of our marshals to fix up the situation. Something to note as well, Todak wants to engage, right? We talked about how the early aggression is not misplaced, but you gotta watch out for the fact that Echo is the proprietor of the Echo Express. If anyone goes fast, it's Echo. And if I'm not mistaken, they hold the current record for fastest game in MSC so far. Some teams come close. I think 11:05 or
11:03, Evo versus Fimp.
Oh, it was Fimp got mad.
Yeah.
So we've beaten the record. All right, so well, Fimp's not here anymore, so Echo then.
Yeah,
See?
true.
So they are currently the whole record holders. So yeah, I think Todak has to temper their expectations, and they have to step on the clutch every now and then, especially since Echo's looking to snowball with that early turtle.
Honestly, one point as well that is very interesting. We have to see in game number 1 how things are going to go down because I kind of feel like for the Malaysians watching, they're like, yo, they're trusting Rival again because now he's on that assassin, which is, I gotta say, pretty risky because we see how Philippine teams know how to go up against assassin junglers. Just make sure you control their buffs, and then eventually they'll get capped.
Yeah.
They will reach their ceiling very, very soon. So this is big trust coming in for Rival.
Yeah, that's a question that I wanted to ask, right? Because we saw the game from Blacklist yesterday, right? When his opponent picked up an assassin in the jungle and they were able to freeze that blue buff and make the Fanny just really unable to do anything. It was a walking Fanny, but this is the circle of life. Did you know that the orcas actually naturally prey on swordfishes in the sea? For this match, they will retain the same natural order, or will the food chain be reversed this
The more
time?
you know.
So nature, or breaking nature
This is perfect.
for Todak.
This is perfect. It all leads into what we were discussing prior, right? Again, making sure that the purple buff doesn't come through, making sure that rival, this trust put in him, comes through. Hey, talking about assassin junglers, this is the assassin jungler. This is Carl Teasy, right?
Yeah.
Utility jungle, wise, sure, whatever. But in the early days of MLBB Esports, it's Carl Teasy.
I mean, that's why the Lancelot, he has a Lancelot skin.
He is the Lancelot
He is the
skin.
Lancelot.
He's a pretty good-looking Lancelot.
Okay, and with that in mind, let's see. Oh, what?
There's a bite down on Ayums. Again, we mentioned the GOAT. He draws first blood.
I mean, that just happened, Chiku guys, losing the lane. You were talking about how Echo will be the one moving forward, and
Exactly.
that just happened.
Satu v Satu.
Yeah, they heard you.
I mean, for some reason, I cannot say that I did not expect that to happen from Chiku.
Hey,
yeah.
He's always so aggressive.
They don't know that Echo wanted to go just as fast given their pick-off engagement. As Ripo said, right? This is the place that he likes.
Well, I mean, Toda has the second option of splitting the map. Usually we see carry with something like a Kaja or a Franco to make sure that you get that confirmed 2v1 kills, but I don't know. I'm very interested to see how Toda is going to move around the map because, again, something about Toda, I would say one of the early monikers for them is that they're the king of comebacks because they always seem to lose the early game, come mid and late. Somehow they just turn things around.
I'm actually quite interested in this in-game equipment by the Beatrix, right? So Fury Hammer for the damage, and she has the pants, but she's in a winning lane. Is it because she's, vying that rival may come to that lane?
Yeah, legit. Because again, anything could turn around very, very quickly. Especially now, looking at this, 4 people from Toda are coming down. It looks like they know something is up. So Yaoi is just bringing the farm a little bit quicker. Now looking at the emblem set as well, I don't think anything is going to grab anyone's attention. Yeah, and again, the Steel Lake plays just to make sure that Rival can get a kill, and I think that's why Rival came, saw how much damage he can deal, and then he's like, yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, so far here, things are getting a little bit more passive. Both teams are trying to set up as best as they can to get that next objective, which is that turtle, right? Both of these teams are quite dependent on that level 4. They've hit that already, as we are already in the 5th minute of the game.
Yep, Carl Teasy making a beeline. He knows, not wasting any time. Sanford goes for the Black Dragon form, no one home. Instead, Todak is going to inhabit the lower part of the map. They're going to try and pressure Benny Cutie here. Spots! Yaoi gets a kick. That's 4 members. Make that 5. Todak get the pick off on the playmaker.
Wait, that's a lot of resources for Yaoi. Was that worth it? Whoa, it's Sanji?
We'll talk about it in a bit. Yum's looking for 1. Sniper shot misses. The question.
Yeah, back to that, right? Was it worth it to, just expand all your resources onto Yaoi there?
Definitely, because Yaoi is the one that can stop the play from happening with the Bloody Hunt. So I kind of feel like drop down Yaoi first, and then if you guys want to go again, you guys can go again. And I kind of feel like this is one of those early strats where you try to drop the tank first, just to make sure that they can't do anything come late game.
Flicker Bloody Hunt looking for the knock-up as well. Yums is still here. In comes Rival as well. Yums gets the kick. Down 1. Sanji does not survive. In comes Carl Teasy. Taking down Rival, but he's sandwiched by 3. Can he get Moon? The answer is no. Retreating underneath the base. The turret. Sanford finds 1. And now they're looking for more. Sanford very low. Not enough basic attacks from Chico, guys. They disengage.
You can tell that Yaoi is out for blood, right? He was taken down earlier by the play coming in from Yums, and he did the same thing. However, it does result in a 1-for-2 trade, and it actually alleviates Echo's pressure.
Right now, looking at the situation, Echo still has a very good goal lead. Yaoi able to pull the buff away. Looking at the situation, Toda is really just waiting for opportunities. Once the opportunities present itself, then they'll go in. And looking at the way that they've been playing, they're really looking at Moon as well as Chiku. Do you guys have enough damage? And it looks like they don't have enough just yet, especially you guys gets taken down.
So she wrote, they're going to convert into this tier 1 up top. Down bottom, it looks like they're going to go for the same play. It looks like Todak might try the same thing. Just throw everything at Yaoi.
All right, but is that going to be fair trades happening, right? Is there a certain power spike that we need to be aware of for the side of Todak? Because as of this point, 7 minutes in, they haven't been trading equally. Echo's been getting better trades.
Long for that. Probably secures it.
Nope, nothing to trade here. They're outgunned and outwitted. The turtle goes over to Echo. That's a clear advantage going over to the Orcas.
Honestly, one thing that you could look out for is Chiku Guys having 3 items first, because Chiku Guys is the most confident one. He has that 3 items, but
There's another bite down and a pickoff. Yumes didn't know what hit him. You were saying?
nah, I'm just saying, like, how can you really do anything when the moment you want to move, you get caught? Because at this point, Todak keeps getting caught. But here's the thing, not 100% their fault. It's just that Echo, their position well.
Yowie snags Momo! And another kill! Everyone was in there.
I'm sorry, LaFell, but this is looking brutal, right? They know exactly what their composition entails. They go for the pickoffs right, left, and center. And even
1v1!
Sanford goes for a 1v1 kill and wins.
Dude, I don't know. We've seen a lot of Fannies drop to the EXP laners, the Badang, the Yuzong, and I gotta say, Yuzong, the damage can be quite deceiving because the damage is coming in from that passive. And for now, look at this, the way they're controlling the buff. If Rival couldn't get a lot done in the early stage of the game, now it's gonna be more difficult for him.
Oh, there we go, Sanford.
You mentioned this. They're choking out the purple away from Rival. Sanford popping the Black Dragon form preemptively. An easy take in mid for Echo.
7,000 gold lead already, but like we mentioned before, right, the beautiful thing about a Fanny, it's not just its advantage in terms of that damage, that prowess, but also the fact that you can utilize it in a macro way, in an objective way. And so Rival, you can see he is trying to look for something on the board, which is basically the only thing you do, the turret push.
And right now, looking at the itemization as well, Sanford just with that Hunter Strike. Oh, that could have been very costly, Rival. Anyways, looking at itemization from Chiku Guys, he has 2. Looks like he's on the way to finish his Wind of Nature. Once the Wind of Nature is done, I kind of feel like they're a little bit more open to getting into those fights. But again, even if Chiku Guys is open for the fight, you gotta be careful of Sanji, man. Sanji could one-shot him as well.
Oh, there's a hook coming in. Yumes, close call. Echo did not say go. Lord very low, 1/10 of its health left. The Orcas score 1.
Like, even if Rival wasn't that low, he's level 9. He was level 9. He just went to level 10, but he was a level 9 against Carl TZ, who is level 11. So is that really something that you can even contest at this point?
Here's the thing, even if they're 15 to 15, going up against a Lancelot, it's not gonna be easy. The Lancelot,
Not even it's the Lancelot.
yeah, because even just Lancelot, right? The Lancelot is just so good. Okay, never mind.
Conceal
When can I talk? When can I
Conceal
talk?
play. Rival just walked into that, and it's not even his fault.
Go ahead, LaFell.
Nah, you know what? I'm done.
Echo Express.
Echo Express, man. They didn't move the game so fast. Look, I'm just looking at the play and I'm like, okay, the moment I say something, Yaoi's gonna catch someone. Or
So there you go.
It could be Sanji, and could be Yowie. Bombs away, scores 1. A close call, but here comes Sanford. He wants to finish the job. Mid lane in jeopardy. They finally get it. Lord smashes that inhibitor.
It's looking brutal. Okay, finally that hook does not land onto Todak, but it does give Todak maybe a little bit of breathing room. And at this point, right, Chiku Guys 2-0, level 11, just hit that power point. But does he have the items even to dish out the damage that he was meant to?
I don't know, man. 10,000 gold lead. If it were me, I'd be having Aspen attack, and now Rival, no energy.
They're sandwiching him. Sanji gets a beat on him. Yowie misses the hook.
No energy.
Spotted by Carl TZ. Down by Sanji. Oh, he was cornered even before he knew it.
11,000 gold lead. Not looking too good, because for them, now they got to make sure that they can survive and engage coming in from Echo for someone to eventually split push. But with Sanford and Sanji, the way that they've been playing, I don't think they can survive.
Here comes Sanford coming in from the west. Breaking that holy shield, knocking up Momo, knocking up Yumes, and there's the Phantom Execution. They're not letting Todak breathe. Underneath the ocean, they take Sanford, the punish from Todak.
Yeah, a 1-4-2 trade, so they are able to defend it. They don't lose that tower in the top side, but in exchange, they have to lose Yums and Momo. It could be worse. It could be Chiku Guys. But now, because the waves are hitting like this, Chiku Guys does have some time and the resources to be able to maybe try and catch up.
Okay, let's look at the instant replay, see what really happened here. And here's the thing, this is always how Echo starts a fight. Yaoi, you try someone, you didn't get it. Sanji, no? All right, well, Sanford is going to come in and make sure something happens. And in this situation, Chiku Guys was able to dodge a lot of the damage, a lot of the attack. Chiku Guys still has that Purify, so it's going to be good going up against the next team fight at the Lord if they want to go for it. But the thing is, someone has to be the one to take away the Franco ult. Someone has to be the black sheep. Someone's just got to be like, yo, Yaoi, look at me. Hug me, bro.
The scapegoat.
Someone has to be the scapegoat.
Sacrificial lamb. Here we go. A hook thrown out by Yaoi. Lord here, not even a thought to contest. Another one for Echo.
Wow, they're just dominating left, right, and center. Here, finally, Chiku Guys picks up that
Oh! Momo didn't know Yaoi was there. He gets knocked up and taken down just as quickly. And now Rival struggling to keep his purple. GTP coming in. Black Dragon form from Sanford. Another hook comes in from Yaoi. And they're going in underneath the turret. Chiku Guys falls. They do get one on Sanford. Again, the second death for this young XP laner. And now Lord Martin and Rival struggling to control and take down the minions. Yums is gonna fall as well. Oh Lord, there's just two left. Now just one. Moon goes down. Echo takes game one.
The Orcas showing their teeth as they lead the series against Todak here in the first game. That was brutal. How many minutes was that?
I didn't look at the
All
timer.
right.
All right, let's not talk about it 1-0. I gotta say, this is not a good way to start for Todak fans.
I mean, you know, the question is, right, is Todak a type of team who needs to feed off momentum, or can they come back from a 1-0 deficit? Because
They can, yeah.
it's just 1-0, right? Reset.
It's not just 1-0.
All right.
Did you see how that 1-0 was?
Yeah. Oh, but, oh, what's going on here?
I believe this is in reference to the 4-0 championship sweep across MPL-MY and MPL-PH. That's what they were referencing there, the Spider-Man meme.
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
I don't know,
man.
if we're talking about Spider-Man, I gotta say, Mr. Leo, not feeling good.
Yeah, game number one, it was interesting, right? I mean, there were
You're
moments.
interesting.
Thank you. You are too. There were moments in that game where we saw that Todak was trying to go for things, right? But even in the beginning, I questioned. They're going for trades. It doesn't feel like they're equal. And at the end, I feel like Echo just snowballed up at that point. Wow, what a game by the Orcas here.
I don't want to say anything. Wolf, you got something to say?
Well, that
Oh, he's
was
on screen. Sorry, I didn't notice you there.
Well, I'm like Spider-Man.
Hi.
He's always been there.
It's always been there.
Like Miles Morales.
Like
That's
Miles
the one that
Morales.
can
Don't
go
spoil.
invisible.
That is
No, you see in the first movie, you know he can go invisible. He's a Natalia.
I specifically
Natalia.
said no spoilers.
How could you not know that?
well. Unfortunately, she doesn't know. But what we do know is that game number one went in favor of Echo very quickly in a very dominant fashion. It was quite one-sided for sure. But why don't we look at the key players in this particular game? We have our own picks for sure. But the MVP has been chosen, and it will be Carl Teasy on the Lancelot. I would just like to take note, by the way, the starting items for this guy was actually a Molten Essence into a War Axe, straight into the War Axe. That means that Carl TZ really want to go for the damage build.
I mean, looking at the way that he's been playing, man, here's the thing. If you want to go for a damage build, you just got to make sure that you don't die. And 5-0 and 6, he made it happen. And here's the thing. The difference between, I would say, Echo as well as Toda in that kind of situation, when Echo wants to do something, they get something out of it. Toda, not so much.
Heat map coming up from Carl TZ, very active in the map at around 5 minutes to 10, really conquering the side of the jungle that should be belonging to the side of Todak. That means that he was able to invade and also go in between the tier 2 and the tier 1 turret in the mid lane. That is how dominant he was. Nefel, how important was having this kind of damage build kind of Lancelot not dying as well as still outputting the kills? Because there's one thing about, like, you know, not dying as the assassin, but also not getting the kills.
Here's the thing, you know what? if you are hit by, say, 2,000, 2,700 gold, you can go for that damage build because at this point, the thing about the Lancelot is you can heavily punish your opponents by making sure before they have an opportunity to outplay you, you kill them first. So if they die before they can do anything about it, that's actually an amazing build.
Oh, Eterna, you look like you're shocked from what you just
Sorry,
saw.
I was like 942 GPM.
Yeah, so
That's a gold laner stat.
that's a goal. Sorry, I think that the highest GPM was Benny Cutie with 800, and surely Kaltisi's performance kind of tops at 942, and it's all because of the fact that they were landing their spells. Or at least from what I can see from this game, it was just them outplaying the side of Todak. Did you feel that way too?
But Outplay
during
went
the game?
home.
That-
Eterna, behave.
Sorry.
You know what? Here's the thing. Yawi, the way that he was playing the Franco, I could have sworn there's a Novaria in play. The
Okay.
hooks had additional inches.
Yeah.
You know, one of the main things on top of that, right?
On
is
top of
what
what?
what you just said.
On top of Yawi having
No.
extra inches? I don't know.
No.
The Franco.
That's what he just said.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever you said.
Okay.
Is what I noticed in the map is the fact that because of how they kind of, compose their drafts, right? You saw that a lot of the times Rival was too busy trying to help out in those side lanes to be able to go in for even a steal onto Karl'Tez's jungle or even contest on these buffs. And so Karl'Tez had a really free roam and movement
Yep.
space to do what he can. And you can
Yeah.
see that through his GPM.
We can see that through the composition as well. Coming up from Echo, you're gonna notice very standard pickups. This is Yuzhong, one of the most played for Sanford. Sanji
Yep.
plays the Karita so many times. Yawi's Franco is already a signature, and also Benecuti's Beatrix. So Echo just really played in their own playing field. For Todak, this, all due fairness, this doesn't look like a Todak draft to me because it really looks pretty normal.
Yeah, and the thing is, they couldn't go for a lot of fights because Toda is the, Langar basically means charging into your opponents. It doesn't look like a lot of them had a lot of opportunities to really charge for their opponents. I don't see Rival forcing kills. I don't see Yums and Moon forcing kills. I mean, like, in terms of being disciplined, they were disciplined. But is it too much discipline that they were, I almost want to say, scared to try something?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Does it seem like as if they were scared, right? Because, I mean, Yums did try to go in for the Way of Dragons. He did hit, but maybe the follow-up or just like the counter engage coming in from Echo.
An alternative maybe was Todak came in expecting to be reactive. I think they invested a little too much in the potential for a split push with the Fanny and with the carry. And maybe that's where the whole thought process ended, and that allowed for Echo to just snowball to the victory. And again, I agree. I think we're at the point wherein Yawi's Franco has become a signature.
Yeah, he was very good at it. We saw that in the game. Saw how well he landed all those hooks. And not only that, the fact that he is actually positioning himself in correct lanes. For example, there was a lot of focus in the gold lane. But whenever they find that there's a rather big opening in the other side of the map, it's going to be greater. One thing that I noticed, though, you're going to see the kill participation of the entirety of Echo. No one went above 60 or above 65%. It's always, 61. It's because of the fact that there were so many solo kills in this game. Any
Okay,
thoughts on
stop
the fact-
bragging, stop flexing. I mean, like, come on. You
How
gotta
do you
do
feel
me
about
like that. I mean, how do I feel? do you really want to know how LaFell feels?
Yes.
Yes.
LaFeel.
A bit.
Who said
That's
that?
a 7 out of 10. 8
Leo.
out of 10.
Leo.
8 out of 10. So how does Left feel?
Shad.
Sad.
Shad.
It's more than just sad, it's shad.
Shad. With an H.
So
But it's okay. It's
simplify.
okay. Things
It's
could
just
happen.
game
Things could happen.
one.
Yeah, it's just game one. You know what? Game one barely matters.
So that's the
Doesn't matter.
0.1% of the 99% confidence that you have.
Yeah.
Is it
In
still
case-
at 99?
Actually, in case you guys don't know, it was a meme last year, I think, from BTK, but it's whatever.
I mean, for BTK, okay. Do you still feel that the 99% is warranted, Mr. Leo?
I think we need to temper our expectations.
No, I think 99 is still true, just for the different team. It's still true, just, not...
Is it not 100? Oh, sorry.
I think we have broken the fell.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He mentioned that
He-
it's for another team.
Yeah.
Typically, he's very confident.
What happened to the curse?
What happened to the curse?
I'm still trying to make it work, guys. It's not as easy as you think.
Yeah.
Right? You think witchcraft is easy? No. I'm not saying I do witchcraft. By the
You
way.
think he just
It's
wakes up and it
it's a joke.
happens?
It's
Yeah.
a joke. It's a joke, guys. The curse is a joke.
The curse is a joke, but the witchcraft
I'm a
isn't.
joke.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm not?
But you make good jokes. Yay. Okay, let's not joke around any longer because we have to talk about the next game. Anything else that you think that that should be improved there by Todak? Do you think that the flex pick of the Fredrin into the Fanny last pick is already okay?
I'd like to answer the question, or at least address it with another question.
Wow.
Given the league
Okay.
rules, is it safe to say that Todak might want to go blue side as well? And what'll that buy them?
Oh.
Right? What'll that open up for the coaching staff and for the players? Because
Yeah.
it's likely that Todak might use that as one of their pivot points.
Okay.
What if we were blue side? Does that help?
For me, honestly, I just want a composition where there's 3 or 4 very buff front lines, honestly, for Todak. I just
Okay.
want 3 people that would die for Chiku. Because in
Okay.
that kind of game, Rival can die for Chiku. Momo was very difficult for him to set anything up.
Yums.
Even though Yum single targets, I kind of feel like I almost want to see everyone just dive. Everyone just dive. If you die, it's part of the process.
Yeah.
But,
So,
just give more space for Chiku.
If I'm reading the room correctly, are we asking the question, where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the
Exactly.
beef?
Where's the beef? Okay, well, as the mediator for this one, you're the most neutral between these two
Definitely.
gentlemen. I wonder what your opinions will be, Eterna, on how each team will, eventually win game number 2.
How will they win?
Yeah. What do
I
you think
honestly
should change?
feel like Todak should just play to their strengths.
Oh
right?
wow, very
Um,
neutral. I love it.
Is it?
I love
Is it
it.
neutral?
I love it.
So my
Okay.
opinions are neutral, guys. Very interesting. But yeah, I did not feel the Todak that we're so accustomed to usually. What's wrong?
It's a note in their notebook.
It is.
Play
It's
to their strengths.
play
Okay.
to their strengths.
That's right.
You know
What are their strengths?
what, Todak?
Yeah.
They're unorthodox. They're
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
They're hard to,
Figure out.
figure out in
Yeah.
the drafting phase.
So don't ask us, Wolf.
So don't make it obvious for Echo. Because honestly, okay, I guess that the Fanny pick, last pick was kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
But
surprising.
but even Repo knew. So it's
Yeah.
not so it's too obvious.
Oh,
then.
Oh,
so
it's
you meant because Repo said that it could be a Hayabusa or a Fanny as the split
An
pushing-
assassin.
Assassin.
He said an assassin.
So you mean that that's not unorthodox because Repo predicted it, which I
Yes.
agree, by the way.
Yes.
I agree.
And it now makes sense when we're connecting the dots because LaFell said they need more frontliners. And Rival played an assassin, that's not a frontliner. Yums played a pickoff hero, not a frontliner.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm also just going to double down and say, bring out the Minotaur.
Man, the amount of IQ in this table
Where
is
is
just
the
off
beef?
the roof.
Where is the beef? We
Dude.
needed Repo.
Here's-
Repo balanced us
here's-
out.
Yeah, I
Here's-
know, right?
Here's the thing, Wolf said the
Wow.
IQ is above the roof. We didn't say it was a very high roof.
Yeah. There's a low roof, there's a high roof, but what we are sure of is that it is above the roof. I can feel it. And I think you
What do you feel, Wolf? What do you feel?
I feel excited.
You feel excited.
That's right. It's not a feeling actually, but yeah, I feel excited. Yeah, that's all I want. I want a game number 2. People
a
in
good
this
game.
table cannot figure out what might happen in game number 2, but yeah, what else? What else can we talk about? Like, I mean, we've already talked about. You told me to not ask you guys about
Yeah.
like what can be picked, and so that we will be
Okay.
surprised. So,
Leo, how do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? We haven't asked Leo.
This situation here is a conflict of interest for me, all right?
Okay.
As a stakeholder and proprietor and one who establishes Moonatics fan bases all around the world, this is not good, right?
okay.
But as a Filipino and as a fan of Echo, I think this is just par for the course. So I am emotionally torn.
Okay.
I am being pulled apart in different directions
I'm
right now.
physically torn.
But I'm happy. I'm happy to see
Okay.
this. But what would make me happier is if again Todak circles back to what makes it work.
Same.
And again, LaFell was onto something with the 3 frontliners. I'm not so sure though what if
What if?
they circle back to the 131 and shock Echo into a ghost of their past. Because in
A
season
131.
9, Echo was the one who played with the 131
Okay.
and won a majority of their games in the early season. Didn't work
Okay.
out in the playoffs, but Carl Tizzy, I'm sure, would get a good lap out of it. And hey, we played that way before.
Okay,
That's us
okay.
before. 131.
That's us?
That's
us.
Oh,
us.
that's Ah,
But also sus.
That's also.
Because 131 ain't a thing as
Yeah.
much in this metagame.
So there's the idea of the 1-3-1, Lafel's idea of the triple
Triple frontliner.
frontliner. How does that work even?
no, so basically like the roamer that can take a lot of hits, the EXP that can take a lot of hits, either the jungler or the the mid laner as well. Because in this kind of situation, I kind of feel like in terms of win rate, Moon has the highest win rate on the Eve. But looking at how Sanji plays the Kadita, if they can make sure that the Kadita will not get picked, maybe it's a good situation for them to pick up the Eve. But they themselves pick up the Eve. Because here's the thing, him on the Valentina is not as aggressive as I think a lot of people would like to see. It was almost reactive, right?
But the problem is, Echo knows that.
Echo knows what?
Echo knows that Moon's really good on his Eve.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's
and so
true.
they respect Band in the first phase.
Thought that
right.
bandit.
No, it
No,
was.
Echo did.
It was Echo.
I was just testing your knowledge. I wanted to see
Keep
if
us
you
on our
guys,
toes.
yeah, if you guys were paying
Thank you
attention.
so much, Lafel.
Yeah, I just want to see if she can read what she wrote.
Wow.
Well, I
sometimes
can.
you can
Congratulations.
write, but you cannot read, right?
Yeah.
That happens. But that is not true for Echo, unfortunately, Lafel. And I do agree that they do feel that it was Eve that was one of the more successful heroes
Yeah.
coming out from Todak. You know, when we are talking about these two teams, it's all about just the team fights as well. Because that's definitely what I saw from a
Yeah.
Filipino eye looking at the...
Honestly, I don't even think that those were team fights. I would say those were just straight up catches.
catches.
Yeah, because
Okay.
because it was
Okay,
always
okay.
for Echo against one
Yeah.
Toda, and it's mostly Momo getting hooked.
That's
so
right.
That is true for game number 1. But what I saw in
Oh.
MPL, MY,
Yeah?
it's all about team fights, right?
Yeah.
What's up with that? Why are they so focused on just
Team
winning on team fighting?
Because
What's
it's
up with that?
cool. Because it's cool.
Is it?
It's an honest way to get to objectives.
Yeah, honest. Wow, you're really good at positive scripting, man.
Yeah, no, it's how you get to things safely without worrying about a clapback. And
Okay.
that's what Echo made sure of in game 1, that nothing was free. Nothing was going to come through unless you go through us.
Well, we're about to find out in game number 2 what the draft will be as we start the drafting phase. I wonder who will be on the blue side. Will it be, as Leo would have said, that blue side will be now be manned by the Todak team? It will be the case.
If I know my Malaysian brothers, I know this.
Okay.
They want to be on the aggressive side.
Okay.
They want to put their front foot forward and say, Todak Langgar.
All right. How do you langar your way here, right? What do you pick up? What do you prioritize as the first pick?
Well, Novaria was not really focused for both teams, right? For the second game.
Ignored.
I want to see if for this game they will want to pick it up because
Okay.
Moon
Novaria.
was 1-0-1 against Blacklist, which is kind of good
Okay.
compared to
okay.
the rest of his teammates, right? So I kind of feel like Novaria would be fine, especially if you do have a lot of peel on
Yeah.
your composition. Because again, like I said, honestly, during MPL they would even go for 4 peels in the game, making it so that whoever wants to team fight, you're invited, but you're not gonna get out.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. But for Echo, it's going to be the same set of the first 2 bands.
Yeah.
It's Arlet and Ning. And on the other side, it's Franco and
Wow.
Lancelot. Top 5 highest GPMs so far. Benecutie had 941. Now trumped by CallTG just recently
By
with 942. Best performances from 1 to 3 belongs to Echo, but Rival, however, on top 5. That's also something to take note of. That is the reason why Echo will just straight up ban out the Ning.
That's the thing. That's the thing, right?
Oh,
What I
1-1?
saw when I was like, wow, Todak is playing amazing. These are on the heroes that were already banned out by Echo. So definitely Echo notices this, is able to observe
Wait.
it, take it away. But like you mentioned, you're right here. The Phobius being banned out,
Is it a
does
bait?
this signal
Definitely
a
a bait.
bait of a
Yeah,
1-1 pick?
It's a 1-1 into Joy Bait.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
It's the
and if you don't pick up the 1-1,
tic-tac
they'll pick the 1-1.
trap.
See value in me.
Tic tac
They don't
trap.
bite. They don't bite. They don't
They don't
bite.
bite.
Yep.
Never mind, it's gonna be the Fred raid, but you still can get the 1-1 if you're Echo because you did ban out the Phobius anyways, and it is the Benecutie special. And I'd just like to remind everyone that Benecutie's son
Oh.
or daughter
His name 1-1.
named 1-1.
Really?
That is true.
No
That's
cap.
so cute.
No cap.
You know the last
NGL.
time?
That is cute.
You know the last time that Benny picked up the 1-1? He got a Maniac.
That is
So-
true.
Huh.
things are not looking good for Todak.
I love it though. We set up the 3T, man,
Okay.
and no one fell for it.
Yeah.
So they still got the 1-1 anyways.
The 3T.
Tic-tac, Trevor, trap.
Tic-tac, Trevor, trap. That's right.
Ah.
It's our trap. Todak, how do
That's
you now...
four
answer-
T's.
No,
No, Tic-tac is just one
Tic-tac.
word.
it's
Oh.
one word. That's
Yeah.
his name.
I mean,
It's one word.
sure.
I understand Rafael's point.
Right? You understand, right?
2 picks.
All right.
There you go though.
It's gonna be the Joy. Did they pick up something like Lolita or Farsa here if you're Todak? It's gonna be the Claude. To answer for the Eve, Franco or Akai, there is gonna be the Akai for Echo with their Blitz draft. They're drafting so quickly we can catch up. It's Valentina. How do you now close this out if you're Todak?
I kind of feel like Echo will ban out the Valentina as well as the Kadita unless they're pretty sure that Moon does not do well on the Kadita. But honestly, another pick that I'm looking at is the Lunox.
For
Toda.
Todak. Lunox. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, even mid. Or,
Mid Lunox.
yeah, because again, you're going to do well against the 1-1 as well as the Eve-ish.
Yeah, no, but even in this phase, right? Even without the bans, we know that Toda can still flex. We don't know who's going to the jungle, who's going in mid. Because Joy can go into mid, jungle, and
That's
XP.
The JJ.
Yeah, well, what's Moon like these days? Does he play a mid, Joy?
No, I would say the best way that he plays is definitely for those high ground mages, I would say. Like, the more distance you have, the better Moon plays.
Artillery mid.
Artillery, thank you very much.
Okay, so we're looking at the... I think I heard it right. Yeah, it's going to be the Digi. With the Lapu-Lapu ban coming out from Todak, it kind of feels to me that they really wanted to go for something like a Farsa and Lolita as their last 2 picks. Farsa, of course,
Yuzong ban, please.
YZ.
decent versus the 1-1, and that's true. The YZ could be there as their ban. It's a special for sure for Echo. So I do feel that it's going to be Lolita and a Farsa, so that at least they will have an answer to the 1-1. Apart from that, do you actually want to focus on the 1-1 here if you're Todak? Because I feel that they'd have to. But some teams, they just, accept the fact that the 1-1 is there and just, answer the other lanes.
I'm still hoping for a Yuzong piece ban.
Yep.
And
If they don't ban out the Yuzhong, there you go.
Thank you very
Alright.
much.
There's the answer. I think they are willing to just try and attack the other lanes then.
It's a Grok. Very quickly from Echo.
So honest, Echo.
Why don't we go steal the enemy base next? Actually, that was an actual...
yeah, that is an actual
Actual
line. Yeah.
line.
Chico guys really take it to heart.
Yeah?
He understands English, honestly.
That's
Took it
comic
literally.
accurate.
yeah.
That's comic accurate.
Yeah.
Method acting.
This
coming
is
out.
a canon event.
Exactly.
A canon event. Yeah.
She doesn't get it, but it's all
Yeah,
right.
we get it, right?
We get it,
We
yeah.
get it.
We get
if
it.
you get it, you get it.
If you
All
get it,
you get it.
you know, canon event.
Yes, that's
Um,
right. Can you spot out some of the important...
No,
Heroes here?
Here's the thing. Is it really still safe for a Farsa
Time to go
pick?
to the R&D show.
Nope, that's
Oh,
why
it's a
they picked up
Lilia.
the Lilia.
Okay.
Not the best thing going up against an Eve, if I'm truly honest, because Lilia is one of those heroes that the Minotaur picked up great. The Lilia is good in terms of defense, but here's the thing. The
Wow.
HP pool is more or less the same as the Novaria, and the Eve has very long range. I would honestly feel like Moon might get poked out.
Yeah, but it's good against the Grok though.
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
take
It's
advantage of the
definitely.
early game advantage of the Grok not having much magic defense. So I
Okay.
get it.
Whoa, whoa,
All the
whoa.
injustice in the world.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Wow. It's going to be the Cho. So this is
The
Grok
contact is
XP.
great, but-
Grok XP.
Grok XP.
Yeah. No,
Huh.
I did thought it was going to be a Grok XP.
I wonder what emblem.
The Grok Assassin.
Master Assassin.
Master
All
Assassin.
right, because we've seen different flavors of the Grok in the EXP and
Yeah.
Indo.
Weapon Master sometimes.
The Assassin is just too delicious, too
Yeah.
spicy.
Speaking of delicious
Yum.
and yum, the Chiku is apparently a fruit.
It is a fruit.
It is a fruit, and also in the Philippines, it's also a fruit.
Sit up.
Really?
That's true.
Is it a fruit in Indonesia?
Chiku?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
What's that?
That's bad.
It's a fruit.
What
a fruit.
fruit?
What's
Chiku.
a fruit?
No,
Oh my
I
god!
know what a
think-
fruit
I
is.
think- I
I'm
think we-
asking what
All right.
fruit.
Before we get in trapped by a spider web of all of our emotions into this game, why don't we bring it to game number 2, Eterna?
All right, thank you, Wolf. This is gonna be very interesting, right? Best of 5. This is gonna set the tone of the other games that follow. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 between Todak and Echo.
Right now, looking at the situation, it is going to be rival on that Fredrin. Some people will be like, yeah, of course, but I don't know. Against Toda, you can't be fully sure. Now, Momo here on the Joy, taking a little bit too much damage, more than necessary, up against Sanford. Doesn't look all that great, but should be doing quite okay against the Grok, just because, again, the Grok early game does get a little bit of beating against magic damage.
But something to note, he closed that gap. He nullified the advantage by using the Master Assassin to just all of its potential. Because again, Momo was alone, so he was smacking away at that Joy.
Yep, Grok also likes the Joy. And now, Sanji again, just gonna poke out Moon, and this is at least Yumes is there to heal up, but again, this is a situation where you gotta look at Sanji. Sanji being a very big problem here, honestly, for this composition.
Taking a look at the in-game equipment right now, nothing too fancy. We do see that the Claude is going to respect the damage coming in from perhaps the Wanwan here in the early stage of the game, but that matchup is going to be very different once both of them hit that level 4 moment.
Yeah, right now, looking at how Echo, they're moving around, honestly, they're trying to square off Toda in a very, very small circle or very small triangle. They're trying to set up a Bermuda Triangle between Toda and the other members of Echo, making me feel a little bit scared moving forward, going to the turtle, which is going to spawn in just a few seconds.
But just the same, Echo answers by spreading themselves thin. This is the most spread out I've seen Echo in quite a while, especially approaching the turtle.
Right now, Yumes almost already hit level 4, Yaoi as well. So I'm looking forward. I don't know who's going to have better fight here.
Oh, there's a kick start up and the knock up. So both roamers are on point. Sanji with the RWM. Down goes Momo. Heavy spin from Carl Teasy. Mind you, he is at a third of his health. I'm looking at Yumes. Carl Teasy scores it. Can Yumes survive? The beef gets tenderized. 2K for the Apex Predator.
Yeah, that's a 1-0 here for the early stage of the game. And something to note is the fact that most of the members from Todak... Oh, wait a minute.
Up top, Chico guys starting up. Blazing
Ooh.
duet right in your face. Benny Cutie answers back. Nothing much happening in the gold lane.
He's able to play out.
Oh! The playmaker lives with about 1 HP. You can never really take your eyes off.
Yeah, you can't. You close your eyes for a second and you can see Yaoi just
Don't
charging
blink.
at you. Don't blink,
That's
Todak.
a scary thought.
And coming back to that, right? Todak respects the capabilities of Yaoi, right? 2 purifies on Chico as well as Moon. That is going to cause some disturbance to his pickup potential. He needs to be aware of those timings, as well as the fact that Moon, because he is on Aurelia, he does have 2 chances in that regard.
There's another kick coming in. All of the ults right down on the Yumes. Didn't get to respond.
Again, they're just picking everyone off. It's game number 1, except it's game number 2, different heroes, but the same idea. You get one person, shut him down, and then see what happens next. They're just trying to get more advantages here because, again, look at the goal lead. 1.8k, 0-3.
Wait, I want to ask a question. What's
I
the
might not
cooldown
answer.
on Yaoi's ultimate?
More or less around 23, 27 seconds-ish.
Right
Wow.
now.
Yeah, around
So
now.
even if Todak had brought 2 purifies, Yaoi
Yeah.
can still find those moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would get an average of 2 kicks per cooldown.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
You're
Echo.
tough.
Oh. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it looks like Echo is giving Todak a tough time here. 1,200 gold lead already in the first few minutes of the game. It's starting to look kind of the same if Todak can't look for more on the board.
They gotta make sure they find a way to win fights at the turtle because they keep on losing here, and that's really not a good thing. Sanji is still feeding. Look at Moon's HP. The fight hasn't even started yet.
Look at Momo deep in, looking to get that ult off. And there's a heavy spin already. Kaltizi gets the turtle. Clear advantage over to Echo. Momo understands this. They disengage.
Momo tried to get a kill onto Sanji, but again, easier said than done. This is a very, very tough situation, but the way that Toda would play this is, again, just wait those items on Chico guys, and at that point, maybe they can start winning the fights because the damage is there. Looking at itemization, in terms of gold between the Wanwan and the Claude, not that different, but is there a fight here at mid?
RWM set up by Sanji. Look at Yumes. It was just a show of dominance. They just really wanted to show that we're going to push in mid to get up top.
Again.
And another kick on the Yumes. Ground beef, anybody?
Wow.
0-3 and 0.
Oh man, 0-4 on the you know, on the kill line, right, between both of these teams. And I like how you mentioned that Todak wants to centralize things, wants to hyper-focus on trying to make sure that Chico gets to that power spike. And you can see that Echo is just preventing that from happening on all fronts, right? They're not even allowing that to happen at this point. Yawi already very aggressive in his positioning, looking for yet another opening. But, you know, you can't force Moon and Rival to always rotate to the top side.
Well, right now they are all at the top side, and looks like they're gonna give up their minions for Chico guys here because Chico guys probably gonna absorb the mid minion here. So far, yes, Yumes is 0, 3, and 0, but if anyone's gonna die a lot, might as well be
Should be
Yumes.
him.
Carlteasy finds a headbutt. Force is out of movement. There's a heavy spin. Carlteasy isolates Moon. He's still alive. Rival wants to get the kill. Carlteasy's still at large.
No way.
And the GOAT gets away.
What? You received that much damage, that many resources have been just elected towards you, and you still get out of life. Lubel,
That's tilting.
how are we feeling about
that's
this?
tilting. You know, that's one of those things where it's like, I try my best, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
And that's going to convert into more space for Echo here. Going into the turtle. A tenth of its health. Carlteasy misses it. Rival scores 1. Not enough, though, for them to breathe. Watch out, Moon in the middle of 4 members trying to get a kill. No dice. Sanji gets 1. A kick. Once more on the Yumes. Down goes the Minotaur. It's a double kill for the young Sanji.
Oh, Chico.
He's still going. Blazing Duet just clearing the waves. BMI on out. Caught by Sanford and Carlteasy in the back line. There's a wild charge. Chico didn't know what hit him. And he goes down. Momo does get a shutdown on Sanji. Can he get away? That's 4 mad orcas on his tail. Rival here, waiting in the bush. Momo dashing on through. There's 2 members on each side. Carlteasy with the headbutt coming in. And another heavy spin. Pops the vengeance. Not going to be enough. Sanford gets the kill. Rival very low. Here comes Yumes. Motivational roar up. Despair stomp. Quelling Echo's aggression.
Now that was a roller coaster ride in terms of emotions, right? Just when you think that Todak is going to get something above Echo, they instantly trade back, but Moon!
Black Shoe's not gonna save him, put him still in a very bad spot. And Yawi pointing out exactly where Moon fell.
Honestly, at this point, it does look bad, but at least this is more of a Todak style. They're kind of like, you know what, I don't care anymore. I might as well be 0, 10, and 0. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. And what Moon tried to do was get the mid just now. Sanford very low, but how are you going to escape this man?
Chico guys goes underneath the turret. Take me! Sanji gets 1, and Sanford played it to a T.
Okay, where is Chico? 0 to 1.
It's hard.
Does he have the golden staff already?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Why not?
So technically he's reached that power spike, so maybe that's why he's being a little bit more aggressive. But if he keeps trading things like that, realizing that Todak just really desperately needs the damage coming out from him, is it wise to be this langgar?
No, honestly, it's fine because if you want to die now. I mean, you don't want to, but if you have to, you die now because the respawn timers aren't that long.
Bad.
Yeah, but coming like 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes, it's gonna be really bad. So if you're gonna sacrifice your own life for an objective, now's the time.
Oh, you can see now Chico's gonna go for that play. He's trying to imitate that, right? That's why he picked up the Claude.
It's the only play that he has right now, the only option that Echo has allowed. A quick Lord take here, not wasting any time. Echo is painting the map red. But this is some room to breathe for Todak, right? They got a mid lane tier 1. Chico just worked on that top lane, and there's some parts of the farm that even Rival is giving over. Oh wait, there's a fight in mid. They kick up the beef once more. The Playmaker finds 1. Then Cutie looking to take the skies. And there's a Black Shoes for Moon, surviving for just a little bit more. But Sanji makes sure he doesn't. Here comes Momo, does get the kill. Popping that vengeance, but Sanji gets 2K. Oh Lord, you get nothing, good sir.
Yeah, but all the while, right, Chico trying to get anything that he can, right? He's focusing in that top lane. He's trying to push in those turrets. He's trying to look for any trades on the map that he can for Todak, trying to replicate perhaps what they did before. I don't know about this though.
What Echo is doing is very straightforward, but it's very effective. Just shut down Yumes. Make sure that Yumes dies first, and then after that, Toda does not have any room to breathe because let's look at the instant replay. You see it once, you see it 5 times. Choke kicks, Akai locked down. Same thing over and over again. Rinse and repeat. I kind of feel like later in the highlights, you could just take all of that highlights and it will be enough time for you to, you know, have the enough KPI for Moonton. It's like, yeah, that's a very long highlight.
It's tough right now. 10 minutes in, 6,000, almost 7,000 gold lead here, and it looks like Echo's looking for more. They're gonna get some damage there in the top lane, and once again, the Yve, right? Sanji built Yve in a very, very offensive manner. He just completed the Divine Glaive, more penetration. Does Todak have the items to defend against that? Because, you know, Yve's damage, you don't necessarily feel it. Suddenly you're just like at 1 HP and then you're dead.
No, honestly, at this point, the Yve hurts quite a lot. So it's going to be hard because you want to bait it out, but the way that Echo plays, they're not letting you bait. They're just going to go for it. They see Humes, they're going to kick Humes, they're going to spin to win, and then they're just going to get a kill. So in terms of can they survive, they can survive minion pushes. They have a lot of wave clear. In terms of damage, not so much. Not so much.
And that's what's making Echo's approach here all the more scary, because at any time they can come in, right? They have such great range. There's the flicker kick, there's the RWM, there's the flicker wild charge, and I guess that's what's allowing Todak here to breathe a little bit more. But again, it's the threat of activation. At any time, Echo can pull the trigger and say, you know what, we want this tier 2 in mid, we fight now. And that's not a good idea, given how outgunned they are, 7K ahead.
And the crazy thing is, right, coming back into even their lineup, Moon, Lilia was supposed to be their safe pick, but look at the stats, right? 0-3-0, so not much of the impression or just the effect that you wanted the Moon, that you wanted the Lilia to have. 0 participation.
Like I said, the Lilia is very dangerous going up against like a Farsa or an Yve because you outrange, and the Lilia has very, very low HP. Now Sanford as well as Yaoi looking at Rival frontlining for the team. You guys managing to take the orange buff. Momo, can you flank? Can you get damage? It looks like Toda didn't want to go for this. Yaoi
gets away of the dragon, right on arrival. Answers back with a heavy spin. Look at Chico, guys. They first take down Sanji. All 5 members of Toda still on the map. Here's the Langar coming through. Chico, guys, still barreling away. Watch Rival. He still has his retribution. They push Echo out of their territory. Lord is more of a 50-50 now. Look at the playmaker, Yaoi, popping his immortality. Can they get it? Not enough firepower in the back lines. Benicuri looking to get a kill over on the Chico, guys. It's a wash. No one goes down unless Momo has different thoughts. Sanford very low. Benicuri takes to the skies. Bagyo arrives, but no! Chico, guys, slaps back off the back of a Minoan Fury. But they trade. Sanford falls 2 for 1. The current economy coming in. 3K, the gold deal on Echo. They shrank it for the first time. Todak in the driver's seat.
Yeah, the Swordfishes are angry here in the 13th minute of the game here in the second game. It looks like they're trying to go for more. They're trying to zone Carl TZ out because, you know, Rival wants this.
Sanji with the RWM. Carl TZ very low. Lord as well, a 5th of its health. Momo still alive, but Yaoi finishes him off. Carl TZ with a heavy spin. He wants to reset this Lord very, very much, but Rival scores it. Rival scores it. They take down the GOAT. Luminous Lord over to the Malaysian champions.
right now looking very good. Toda, they played that as best as they can. Right now, Echo only having 1.7k goal lead. And the whole play, Chico guys as well as Momo, they flanked because Toda got a lot of vision. They basically saw everyone there. Momo got a very good pickup, and then Chico guys goes in, provides the additional damage. And this is what happens when Chico guys starts having the items. And look at the difference. 11,000 compared to 10,000 at this point of the game. It kind of doesn't matter that much, but again, this does show even if he does get pressure, he'll find ways to farm.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right? Because even before, when Benicuri was leading in terms of that gold, honestly, Chico wasn't far off. He was only behind like 100 or 200, even in a bad scenario, bad decision. But right now here, the Lord is going to push in the top lane. All resources are up, except Yums. He doesn't have that flicker.
Right now, honestly, Toda didn't want to go in, but he got to be very, very careful. Yawi.
Looking for a kick, finds one, but he's very low himself. Arguing the answer from Sanji, Minoan Fury, quelling the aggression, the punish, and Benikuti takes to the skies. Yum's still alive. Benikuti might get punished here. There's the knockup. Not enough damage. Count easy. Takes down Yum. Moon falls as well. Look at me. Chico Guys wants to penetrate. They heavy spin, push and rival underneath the tier 3 turret. That's double kill. 440.
Yeah, but again, Chico Guys was able to take like, hold on, 1, 2, 3. 3 turrets, 4 turrets there, honestly. So right now, Toda is still in a pretty okay spot, but that was a very bad engage because honestly, Yums can't frontline now. The front line has to be Rival. Rival has to be in front. He has to soak up a lot, and then the rest has to fall back. Right now, Chico Guys, it does not have to purify. He has to be careful.
No.
Very low. Chico Guys bursted. Oh, forced the BMI on out. Got that burning sensation on him off of Sanji's G-dubs. And now, all of the map is looking red once more. Echo claps back.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Every moment we see that Todak is getting ahead, gets the better trade, somehow it's always Echo just fighting back, punching back, and we can even see this in the instant replay.
Yeah, looking at this situation, Rival is in a pretty good situation for him to do a lot for the team. But Moon, he just doesn't have enough space because the Lilia works the best when Lilia is not touched. In this situation, everyone wants to touch the Lilia.
You know, I can argue that a little bit, right? Because Lilia, sure, she has lower HP than the rest. She's bad with range. But the two things that she has, one is really good fast clear. Unfortunately, we did not see that in that early stage of the game. It felt like Sanji was still winning that 1v1. But the second thing is vision. You talked about vision in that previous team fight where Todak was able to get a little bit of an advantage. And the fact is, Moon's skill too can open those bushes and prevent Yawi from going in for, you know, just, what do you call it when you go from the back?
Make sure the good flank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
go for a good flank.
Flank is also part of the sneak.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. But now, speaking of nice, Lord has been started for members of Toda have already shown their faces. Yawi still invisible to the team. I kind of feel like looking at Sanford, Sanford is probably the one we got to pay attention to.
It's the Y bush that Yawi is calling home for now. The only one hidden as well is Yums. And he is now in the presence of Echo. Lord here at a fourth of his health. Sanford, clean footsies, count easy. Rival, watch the retribution. It's Sanford who scores it. What's going on? Heavy spin by Count Easy. Use to disengage. That's 4 members crashing down on the goat. They're answering over. Sanji is going to be next. Kartizi falls. Momo gets punished. Benikuti gets 1. Sanji survives. Look at Rival. Benikuti and Sanford backing out.
All right, 1-for-1 trade, Momo for Carl Teasy, but Echo gets the Lord.
Sometimes it feels bad to be, you know, correct because somehow I kind of felt that Sanford was the one going to make the play and he made the play. He got the Lord. Now the Lord is there. Kind of feel like Toda can't clear it up. And if we're looking in the map, Chiku is trying his very best to stay away from his team.
Yeah.
You guys can go 4v5, right? I mean, you guys will be fine.
They could actually do this, right? But the problem is Carl Teasy hasn't spawned yet. So as he spawns, he should meet Chiku there in that base. And you can see that Sanford is trying to buy time for Carl Teasy with the wall placements that he's doing.
Yep, RWM set up by Sanji. That's the Luminous Lord crashing on. Gonna barrel away at this inhibitor down bottom, and Yums gets trampled on through. Momo gets his ult off though, taking down Sanji. 1-for-1 trade so far. Look at Rival.
Oh my God.
Easy's clearing. Can he though? That's the
end?
battle. Rival goes down. 2-for-1 so far. Benikuti does not have his ult, but he takes down Moon underneath the base just the same. Now Yawi gets sent back home as well.
Oh
He gets
my God.
immortality pop. And now it's a 2v1. Chico Guys showing some dominance up top.
Yeah, he doesn't have minions though, right? Carl Teasy running straight for it, trying to buy some time here. But is this possible? Can he do it?
It's going to be very difficult because everyone else
Oh my God,
is
bottom side.
gonna go- Oh, no.
Watch the base. Watch the base. It's just Chico Guys left.
Oh my God.
Oh,
The back
no,
door
not like
of all
this.
back doors.
Not like this.
The minions do
No,
take down
man.
Sanford.
Not like this.
Benikuti, of
No.
course he does. From Manila to Jakarta.
Come on, Yums!
To Phnom Penh. Not here, says Toda. Not today, baby.
No way.
One more. Shut down.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we have a game on our hands. Todak, Chiku, they go in for that back backdoor play. Echo trades it back, almost gets it. But Benny QT gets just wiped out by Yums. Yums saved that game.
Okay, this is one of the closer knockout fights
Look
we've
at the
had
win
so
time.
far. Let's see. Sanford is going to come up. Benny QT is going to come up as well. Is Toda going to force this?
Oh,
Are they really going to
no.
force this? No. Chico guys is far away. If they went in, maybe, but no.
Oh,
They want the Lord.
14 seconds though on Benny. That was
Very
a
close.
close
Woo!
call for Echo.
That was a
But-
close call for Toda.
LaFell is
For
awake.
both.
LaFell is awake.
Oh, dude.
And look
back.
at just like, there's literally no goal difference right now.
Oh,
Things
no.
have just leveled out, but
Wait.
with the way that they've
No,
set
Toda
up,
got this, Toda got
Todak
this.
has the better setup right now.
Yep.
I got this.
We're going for the blitz. They are on the scene at first. Rival
no.
already
Oh, yeah, we're
spends. The appraiser's rat. Here comes the
No,
heavy
no.
spin. Caldese gets knocked out. Knocking them all out of the pit. And who got it? Chico Guys knocks out Caldese. Chico Guys scores! Down goes Sanford as well. Momo pops the vengeance. Sanji falls. It's just Yaoi left. The playmaker. The lone survivor.
No way. One versus all here. Leo, LaFell.
They can end this, they can end this.
This could be it for the Orcas. This could be a 1-for-1.
This is difficult. Acho is not meant to defend this way. He gets popped. It's a wipeout. Todak evens the score. 1-1.
Wow.
Let's go. Not a 3-0.
Finally.
99%.
Finally, in the knockout stage, we see a bit of a fight from a team. This is Todak scoring a game against the world champions. This is a big deal.
You know what? Thank goodness they banned the Yuzong. The Yuzong would have been a big problem in that game number 2. I gotta say, man. But here's the thing. Chico so far, 100% or a very high percent win rate on the quad.
Yeah.
At one point, he's not gonna get this quad.
There's something with game Dua. Game 2.
Two.
Todak seems to always just come back online and buy out.
Dude.
It is also the club.
I'm speechless, man.
So, just no Claude for Chico starting from now?
I have
Is
no
this
idea.
a trend that we're gonna see these teams go for when they go head to head against Todak? Because honestly, that looked like Echo's game to win.
You know what? Here's the thing. Like I said, for this game, they gotta go macro.
I mean,
Toda did macro.
they did.
They sacrificed their HP to make sure that they kill the minions to make sure they get objectives. Isn't that right, Wolf?
That is very true. And what I want to take note, by the way, is that you guys, both of you, LaFell as well as Eternal, you mentioned something about Chico should start 0-2 and then he turns on. It's like he purposely
Yeah.
He gets turns
Don't
on
top
after
lane.
0-2.
He needs it.
He needed 0-2. It's not an item timing. It's not a power spike. You have to start 0-2. And that guy is the MVP. 2, 3, and 8.
He forgot where his base was.
Silver. 2, 3, and 8.
The
Oh,
Lo-
it's an MVP, actually.
Dude, the Lord was pushing in. 4 members of Echo pushing in. And he's like, I'm staying in the base.
But-
I'm staying in Echo's base.
But yes, silver medalist.
Silver medalist. That is actually true, by the way.
So Todak has been able to do this against 2 PH teams.
I
Yep.
can't believe it.
2 world champions.
2 world champions, by the
Wow.
way. The world champion, you know, what the hell?
The 1v9 hero.
Kingslayer, the 1v9 hero. Yeah, Chico, guys, I am in disbelief. But what I do want to take note is that there's a little bit of merit that we should give to Yums. There's a massive play that he did in the mid lane during a Lord team fight where he was able to get what Benny as well as Sanji perhaps. And then he was the one who actually defended. We are going to see through the highlights. Talk me through this, LaFell. What should we be looking at?
We should be looking at how
The
Toda-
0-2 play.
I would say the timing between minute 4 up until minute 9. You could kind of go for suicide plays. You just go in. Even if you die, as long as you get the first tier turrets. Because at that point, you will have enough vision to actually move for a more risky play or a better flank. So I kind of feel like those timings, it's fine even if you sacrifice yourself. Because at that point, the timers, it's not going to be that long. It's not going to be too punishing.
Yeah. Say what you will, Curtis, played it well. Like on a strategic level, he delayed the minions. And he bought enough time for Benny Cutie, but there was a defense coming out from Yums, and Kalkizi being zoned out in this particular team fight meant that he cannot go for the retribution. And then at this point, you now feel it's Todak's game. Right? I am in really quite a disbelief.
What a game 2.
And
What a
Todak was
game
a
too.
gentleman.
Thought I was a gentleman.
Yeah, we talked about it
Yeah.
before we started, right?
Yeah, of course.
They let
The
Cho.
show?
The show. Yeah, release. Well, you know, the term was release
Yep.
the heroes, and they did. And Todak winning in this game with this kind of draft. Items, I don't think they matter as much because this really went down to that macro. If you think, can you even consider it macro when teams are doing like that?
I think it's 50-50 macro and just instinct.
Instinct. I
And
love it. I love the
that's,
term.
I
think
think
it's
that's what
perfect.
Echo was lacking at the end because yes, Carl TZ was doing the right thing. Yaoi was still looking for a pickoff, but on an individual level,
Yeah.
Echo knew what to do, but they couldn't all execute at the right timing.
Yeah.
And that's what bought Todak this. Again, they langard through the late game, the ultra late game.
I have this theory because in the Philippines, there's that saying that if the enemy is weird or weirdo,
Yeah, okay, go.
it's much more difficult to play. And I think that it was really unconventional for Todak to play that way. Maybe from a Filipino's perspective, they did not expect that. Is this kind of thing really prominent in the region for Malaysia, or is it just a Todak thing?
I would say it's more of a Toda thing.
Toda thing,
But in my
alright.
ranked games, honestly, we do that a lot as well. You know, we just sacrifice our own HP trying to get the neutral objectives or just to force out and clear the minions just to make it so that, yeah, you guys got a kill, good for you, but you're not going to get anything out of it.
Oh, I can't believe like this. Look at just the stats. It's really just Echo-sided. The kill participation, soft roots, monster, gold stories. That really, that Todak never had the map control in this game. But Chico guys just knows how to split push. The art of a siege, a split siege.
The art of thievery.
Art
I don't know, can you call it
8 out of 10.
Can you call it,
Thank you.
I wouldn't say blunder. Blunder's a little bit heavy of a word, but I don't know. It's not disrespect, but when you see that Chico guys isn't on the map and Echo definitely knows it's happened
Yeah.
before, why would they go for a 5v4 team fight at Lord?
Something tells me it's an oversight.
An
I
oversight,
I think
okay.
Echo decided that this is more worth it.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, we go to the base. And I think they did that. They respected that fact, especially when was it Sanford and Benny inside the base, wherein Benny almost countered the backdoor with another backdoor.
That's right.
So with that being said, I agree. It's not a mistake. It's not a blunder. It's more of an oversight given that they made the call when it happened, and Todak just knew how to counter punish from there. So that's what allowed for
Yeah.
the Malaysians to take us to Game 3 without it being match point. That's amazing. I love it. If anything, this feels better than that Blacklist victory.
For sure.
What was the number? 13 and
3.
13 and 3.
13 and 3.
MVP, Chico 1-4-0.
This time it's
Actually, you want to know the interesting about that game? It was 13 minutes, 31 seconds, 3 kills for Toda, 13 kills for
Wow.
Blacklist. A lot of trees, and it was on the 13th of June.
See,
No way.
that one
A
was
lot of
more,
1-3.
That one was
What?
more anticlimactic. You
Wow.
could have sworn that was there was some.
That was planned.
There was something else
by
going
God.
on.
I mean, Lefel was talking about witchcraft for the entirety of the first
yeah.
panel, so maybe that could be a thing.
I mean,
The devil's advocate question, however, is that how repeatable is this kind of thing for Todak? What generally happens when they do score a win like this? Do they take the series afterwards? Do they gain momentum from that? What usually happens when Todak scores a win like this?
very hard to say because there are moments where they take advantage of it and they double down.
Okay.
Like they would die more just to get more objectives. But also, we see a lot when they happen to get a win like this,
Yep.
they feel like that felt lucky. We got to change things up for game number 3. Keep them guessing. And then
Okay.
when you keep them guessing, even your own team's like, wait, what are we supposed to do again?
And
Yeah.
Okay.
that's what led to the outdraft the last time this happened, right?
Yep.
It was a great win in the middle, stole it from underneath Blacklist's nose,
Yep.
and then Game 3's like, what were we doing again? What was that?
Very well. And in that case, though, the converse of stuff, right? So you saw that happen from Todak. What now for Blacklist International? Do you think that they can, for Blacklist, no, not for Blacklist, for Echo. Very quickly, do you think that they can recover from this kind of loss?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
There you
That
go.
was a
Fast.
very quick answer. And Leo is actually pretty confident that will happen. I'm excited to see game number 3 for sure. But for now, let's throw it over to Omar and Ravi for through the stage.
My goodness, that was such an intense
Oh
showdown!
my god, unbelievable!
Now we are tied at 1-1, and here with us to represent the teams that they're voting for, we have Rebo and wait, Manjizi?
Oh, I'm the long lost cousin of Manjizi
Oh, okay.
and Hajin.
You're
My-
Hajin.
My name is Manford.
Manford!
Yes.
Manford! Okay, we
Manford.
have Manford in here. My gosh, what did you guys think about game number 2? Because I'm kind of sweating from that one.
Go. For me, like, it's really like.
It's like beating so
bet-
fast.
bet
It's
so
hard.
fast, yeah.
Is it still beating fast right now?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. What did you think about that?
In the Philippines, we have a saying.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you're going to match up against Todak, you're not sure.
We're not sure.
You're not sure. So Todak happened.
Todak happened. Period. Okay, now we gotta figure out what they need to do for game number 3 because it's 1-1 right now. You being the expert, the golden medalist,
Yeah.
what do you think Todak needs to do?
I hope Toda that like started engine already because that the first game they just warm me up.
They were just warming up.
Yeah.
So they were just playing with Philippines.
So like not like okay, I need to know what hero they're using. So like okay, we should ban this that.
Testing the waters
Yeah.
before they see the world. What was happening with Echo?
You know what? I wish Todak good luck because they are gonna need more luck to win the next few games.
Hey. ខាង Echo មិនណយទេណាប៉ុន្តែខាង Toda ក៏មិនណយដែរហើយលើនេះយើងឃើញហើយថាខាង fan Toda គឺគាត់បាននិយាយថាការឈ្នះលើកដំបូងគ្រាន់តែជាការ warm up តែប៉ុណ្ណោះមិនមានជាបញ្ហាគ្រាន់តែជាការលេងដើម្បីកំដរតែប៉ុណ្ណោះហើយលើនេះគឺ Toda បានដាក់មួយវិញហើយមួយស្មើនៅជុំទី2ហើយជុំទី3នឹងទៅយើងយ៉ាងណា Okay so do you believe that will happen in this second match that Echo and Toda will win this. I mean, the Toda will win the Echo.
That's right. What do you think is going to happen in match and third the game? Okay, what's going to happen?
For me, maybe it's already. I talked about you earlier. I just heard Echo early. Echo, go.
Okay.
Okay.
He's saying they can't find it.
No,
Okay,
he's saying
okay.
that if you're gonna say echo, the sound fades
It
out.
fades out.
It fades
Yeah,
out.
right.
To no longer.
Right. But today, the first team that will fade out is Todak.
Oh! Is that right?
Nah, it's not right.
Not true.
Because this is third match, so we will see who is disappear in this match.
All right. Look at your logo. Look at Todak's logo.
Okay.
That's a foreshadowing of the number of wins that you're gonna get for the next few games. Look at the logo.
Look at the logo.
Look at that.
It's a zero.
It's a zero.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God, Repo, are you okay with that? It's a zero.
No
That's
more
the
wins.
No more wins. That's what he's saying.
You see, it's zero, but you know the logo Toda have this, like, the thing?
The sword,
The
right?
sword, yeah. You know the sword with.
Oh,
Oh,
he will stop the orcas.
I
felt that.
you.
I felt that.
Stop the
I felt
orcas.
that.
Mara,
But-
I think the tension is very high right now. I can't say anymore because now we can see the logo របស់ Echo គឺ 0 ប៉ុន្តែរបស់ Toda វិញគឺដាវតែម្ដងចាក់ទម្លុះបេះដូងតែម្ដង It's so មិនហើយឥឡូវ fan របស់ Toda មិនបានស្ងាត់ជ្រាបយ៉ាងសូមសំឡេងឲ្យ Toda មួយមក Wow, it's not bad. The fan of Toda here is crowd.
Okay. How about they're trying to hype up Todak.
Alright,
We need to hype up the fans of Echo.
All right.
Manford, go ahead, Manford.
You guys know this. Echo loud. One more time. Echo loud.
Echo proud. Oh, can you beat that?
Why not? Sure, for sure. Okay, let's go on
Here
stage.
we go. Echo loud.
Todak.
Echo loud.
Echo proud.
Todak!
on. So we're gonna go back to the casters to see the world.
Thanks so much, Mara, Ravi, of course, Repo and Manford, and the Swordfish and the logo of Todak and everything in between. What a wonderful banter with the teams. Like, there's a sound effect. How's the sound effect?
Where does the sword go?
Dude, Ripple is just so creative. I don't want to know.
Even the Swordfish is split pushing now. That's it. That is the battle of split pushing teams in game number 2. But we are heading to game number 3, all tied up 1-1. I don't know what to expect, and there's nothing that we need to expect because we do know that we are heading into the game pretty soon. Gentlemen and lady, what else do you want to see from both teams?
You know, pulling something like that against 2 different teams 2 times in a row is normal, right? You would expect that oversight from happening. But can you actually pull the same strat 2 times in a row with the same team? And this team being Echo of all teams.
Something tells me it's not even a strat.
Yeah,
right?
It's just we'll see what happens.
It's a red button, a red emergency button.
Yeah, no,
maybe.
or it's emergent gameplay.
Yeah.
It's a concept that just comes up given the situation. Because again, what if Todak won the early game? They
would be different.
They would have snowballed as well. They would have just taken everything. Langar, the traditional way. But here, I think it's closer to what Ripo showed us. It just came out of nowhere and just
creative.
Just as impactful.
Get a sword out of nowhere and then stick it in somewhere you don't want it to stick in.
Inside your base.
Inside the enemy base.
That's right.
Thank you.
Enemy base, just to be clear.
Not
your own
base. I'm so happy that you
that almost happened too.
I'm so happy there was no self-goal here in MLBB.
Exactly.
Unlike in football.
You know, okay. You know these boys, are the ones that you're seeing on your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Very confident, very relaxed, I would say.
Talking about the players, the coaches.
And the coaches
Them
too.
too.
The coaches to them too. How do they react to that kind of loss?
I think, all right, here's 50-50. A part of them are laughing about it. A part of them, like, whoa, they got us there.
Okay.
Because that's the Echo spirit. That's what makes them such, I guess, lasting players and lasting athletes is because they're able to laugh about it.
Yeah.
And they're able to accept defeat and then bounce back just as quickly. That's why I said, yes, they
Okay,
can
very
reset.
quickly.
Because Coach Treb and Coach Sick will not let them go with just kicking themselves for what
All
happened.
right. Is it safe to say though that that manager Mitch is quite furious?
Just the same.
Just the same. All right.
I gotta say, that kind of match drains a lot out of you. If this
Okay.
is gonna go all the way, it is going to be a battle of attrition, man. Because especially for Toda, that kind of way, again, I would agree. That's not a strategy, right? That's just an opportunity that was there. They saw the opportunity, they just went for it. But playing that kind of way, you have to push yourself mentally to find the gaps.
Always
Find the gaps. Like, wait, this is safe, this is safe, this is safe, this is not safe. Then you just gotta figure things out. Playing that way is very tiring.
Senor Lobo, you did mention what is something we want to see again, right?
Yeah.
I hope we see something that is not what happened in Blacklist Kodak. I hope that after this sudden win, they stick to something that works instead of getting outdrafted.
All right. So just not Diggy versus Hilda, or at least Hilda versus Diggy. I mean, as we head into the draft of game number 3. We can assume that the blue side is the priority for both teams after games 1 and 2, and indeed it will be Echo choosing that once again. As the rule states, the loser of the previous game will decide which side to start on, and it's Joy as the first pick of Echo, together with the same match of game number 2 from both teams.
Do you think it's gonna just be an endless cycle
Endless
of like
cycle of
first pick,
Yeah, maybe.
second pick,
Pretty
first
much.
pick, second pick?
Are we back to blue wins? Because again, after day 1 of knockouts, we were close to 50-50.
Like first pick.
See value in me?
Well, one thing that we know for sure is that Ferdinand is still an important stock for both teams. That'll be picked up by Todak. Seems like
Do you want to take the quad here? Or
Claude
the E?
early.
I mean, if you don't, maybe, right?
Yeah, it's the thing where Echo is not a team that will. Well, actually, Echo is a team that will pick that out.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Would rather betray
Or you counter it.
than let the
You
world
snag the
betray
Yuzhong. You also counter marksman in general.
Yep.
And you're comfortable with this. Great answer coming up from Todak.
Right now, even though the Phobias has been banned, do we really feel like a 1-1 will be here? Yes, we do. All right. Well, thanks for answering the question.
Yeah, that's an instant pick
Yeah.
onto Karma, but it's no longer at 100%.
No.
Yeah,
Now
no,
that
but
they lost that previous game.
Wait, do you pick up the Faramis now if you're Todak? It's great versus the 1-1 in general. It's great with
Paramis
the
or Eve?
Fredrin. Okay. Or just the Claude.
That too. Actually, that might be perfect.
That might be the top one
I
of the
think,
priority.
I think they'd like the Claude more.
Okay.
They won with the Lilia. They don't mind.
Yeah,
That's
true.
very, very true. And we're just waiting for it to be picked up. Then, if you do pick up the Claude, you already have the Yuzhong. Now you maybe just ban out something like a Lolita, perhaps, or maybe the Lapu Lapu, which is the other, X-Billionaire that can take out the Claude easily. These are the options that can be done by Todak. And it feels like Mr. LaFell himself feels confident that this will be a Claude.
Claude? It is Claude.
It is
There you
Claude.
go.
It is Claude.
Is banning.
As
It's
we
just
say
how
it,
it goes.
yeah, as we say it, he comes up. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
at this point, I kind of feel like everyone is screaming Claude. Do not go for the Harris. And now, Art of Thievery. Chico Guys is 3 out of 3 with Claude with 19,000 average.
Wow.
Turret damage,
Yeah.
tower damage, building damage, structure damage.
Yep.
The push potential
Push
from
potential.
the Chiku, right? That's what he's going for more when it comes down to the Claude. And we see that actually being the defining factor for Todak in these really difficult matchups.
Yep.
But coming to the second phase, right, Wolf?
Yeah. I mean, I think that you just prioritize taking out the killers for the.
Your
Wipe out
team
all
is
the
the
justice
in the world.
Wow.
Now they
Respect
don't.
Yaoi.
Now they don't release
Your
it.
team
But the respect comes from Echo. Very, very quick on the bans of the Minotaur. Knowing Echo though, Leo, how do you close this out? Do you get an assassin for Mr. Kaltizi himself? Just settle for a defensive hero for
Okay.
Yaoi?
We might even be looking at Kaltizi here already.
Horology is my
He might be
call.
playful to pick up the
Oh.
Val in the jungle, but
Okay.
something that means closer to an Akai can be picked up here. I think I like that more. Maybe even a Martis. Because again, there is a Fredrin on the other side.
That's right. That's right.
Dora could pick that up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Akai, I mean, because maybe Yums could use the Akai
That's
because
right.
the Diki has been banned, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good just to take it away.
Yeah.
So, Rival and Kaltizi are now still contesting.
Yeah. Maybe
Are we-
they'll be even the last pick. Yeah.
Are we not feeling the Lolita right now for Todak? Is that not something that Yums is comfortable on?
Yeah, he can. I mean, sure, why
Yeah.
not?
I
it's
value
just that-
it on Echo more though.
There's no room for the Akai on Rival. There's a Fred.
No, I mean like Akai roam on Yums. Yums
Yeah.
using the
Right,
Akai.
right,
That's what I mean.
Steal. All right.
Oh,
Spicy.
that is very interesting. Now Echo, do they look for an Akai this time, especially with this composition coming from Todak? And there's that option as well to go for the Lolita that Eterna has mentioned. Instead,
Kufra.
Kufra from Yaoi.
Your team
And the
is
Akai.
picking.
All right, Todak. They are looking for potentially a mid lane and a roam, N/R a roam, so that you
Yeah.
flex this Kadita. Faramis is open.
Paramis is open.
Is that a Yums hero?
He can use it because the thing is, Yums, his origins, he is a jungler. He is a damage-oriented kind of player. It's just that going to Toda, he had to go to the roam position. So if needed be, he could even use the Fanny roam.
But it goes
The
against
Fanny roam.
Not this game. I don't think this game.
not
You know.
here.
I was about to say Eve Rome.
Eve roam, yeah, Eve roam.
Yeah.
Probably
Eve roam.
100% win rate, yeah?
Yes.
Eve roam, probably, yeah.
Still.
Eve roam.
Yeah, Eve
Okay.
roam.
Double mage.
Okay. When you go up against a team like Echo, you really have to dig deep on your bag of tricks. This time, Eve, it's a comfortable pick. As you would say, you're very confident with it.
I tried it.
You tried it. Did it work well for you?
I win, so that's
Well,
good.
Let's
I
see
don't-
if that will work well with Todak, though.
Yeah,
As we know, you
I
have
don't
to-
understand it though, right? Eve Rome. Do you build damage or do you build defense?
Start off, you could go for the Brute Force Breastplate, and then you see how it goes. You could go for damage, honestly.
Well,
It's like a Valir.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, let's not wait any longer, though. Eterna maybe will be the ones to take us through game number 3.
Man, game number 3. This is going to be interesting. Already 1-1. Can Todak lead the series here in this best of 5? We are about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of Dawn as we enter game number 3 between Todak and Echo.
Right now, let's confirm it again. Yes, it is going to be Yums on that E for now. Sanford going very aggressive onto Momo already using the healing spell. So for now, again, not a lot is going on here. Yaoi managing to get Yums, but should be fine in the early stages of the game.
You can see already a lot of respect coming through, right? You can see two Purifies once again, but this time it's for Yums and Chiku, realizing that Moon is going to need that Petrify to get in those pickoffs on the board.
Right now, looking into the situation, Sanford moving quite early here. I think they know Sanford is going to be there. So it looks like Echo for this game, maybe they want to build up the tempo a little bit faster, making it so that Toda, this time, they're going to go down fast, same as game number 2, but a lot more is going to get capitalized because looking at the movements, never mind, they're going back into their lanes. I think they're predicting Toda was going to move faster, but Toda's like, nah, we just want to farm.
Okay, we'll see. So far, it seems like that has been the case. But this matchup, once again, right? Bennycutie as well as Claude. In the previous game, we saw that Bennycutie had a little bit of an advantage when it comes down to that 1v1. But Chico wasn't far behind. You can see maybe they're trying to make it a little bit more uneven as we see the rotations from Yawi, focusing more onto the top side, putting more pressure, and you can see this already coming through.
Yeah, but Yums is there as well, probably just to provide vision because, again, yes, Chico guys, I would say he lost a lot of those 1v1s, but this matchup he played before, so perhaps this time he has a better understanding of how Bennycutie would be using that 1-1, and now looks like the turtle has spawned.
Headbutt right into Momo. Carlteasy saving that heavy spin for the turtle take. Here comes the Black Dragon 4. Momo obliges. He's drawing a line. Does he see Yawi? Still stretching, goes for the jump, no one home. Here comes Sanford looking for that old heavy spin plus the retribution. RWM coming in from Yums. No one home. That's a 4v4 engagement leading to nothing for Todak.
Echo is going to be able to get all on the board here in the first stages of the game, but this is the thing, right? Todak has drafted themselves in a way that, sure, they do have a team fight because they do have the artillery coming in from Yums and the real-world manipulation, but they need to be able to prioritize and utilize Moon to do more on the board, right? Make these things uneven because in a 5v5, I feel like Echo has more AoE damage and therefore in team fights, it would give Echo a bit more to play around with in comparison to Todak.
Carlteasy still secures the most turtle in the tournament with a total of 20, while Wise is falling behind with 15. And the thing is, for that turtle fight, I kind of feel like if Momo had more HP, he could have done a lot with it. But the fact that he entered the fight with like, what, 40% health left, Toda kind of made the cause like, okay, let's not force this.
And that's what makes this draft or game as a whole odd for Todak. It's the least Langgar lineup I've seen in Todak's hands in a while.
But I kind of feel like they can. The moment that Momo starts having a good play is going to be looking very, very good. For now, again, the main idea is to be very, very careful. Chico guys here in front. Moon manages to get.
This is dangerous. Bennycutie about to get popped. Does survive. Here comes Carlteasy and Yawi. Heavy spin plus bouncing ball in. And they're going to feed him up to Sanji. Can he get it? No one home. That was an interesting engage. I wonder what both teams were thinking.
I kind of feel like that was kind of good coming in from Moon, wanting to get the kill. But again, the built-in Purify managing to get out of it. And Moon as well, saving his first kill to make sure that he doesn't get caught by the Akai, managing to purify himself out of there. So for now, Toda and Echo, I almost want to say both of them are being a little bit more passive.
You're right, there's a lot of natural purifies going on, but now Momo, Black Dragon form, 2v1. He's down to a fifth of his health. Does get on out of there. So it's Sanji's turn. Here he comes. 40 going in. Taking down Momo. And now San Duo showing themselves up in this second turtle take. Going it over to Carlteasy.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Just zoning coming in from Echo, right? They were able to get a kill onto Momo as well, so it did give them an advantage in that team fight. But Chico...
Wait! Oh, that was close. One more weakness point there.
Yeah, honestly, he used the Purify to clear himself of all of it. Now, looking at the itemization here, Chico guys does have the Demon Hunter Sword. Trojan side for Bennycutie. Now, Carlteasy as well as Yawi is there. Yums did not get caught.
Oh, you're right.
What am I right about?
I was like thinking, and I was like, Purify doesn't just counter Yawi, it also counters Bennycutie as well. So here we go.
Moon looking to burst down Carlteasy. Rival misses a taunt on the Akai. And that's another disengage unless Toda wants to force it. Bouncing ball by Yawi. Not gonna find him.
I kind of feel like they can't force it just because Moon already used his ult. If he did have it still, they probably would have gone for it. But again, in this game, it's much slower. 5 minutes in, you guys was able to dodge Yawi there. A good jump, but a good engage as well.
Moon, he's bursting. He's burning. Sanford looking to finish. RWM by Humes. Carl Deasy with a heavy spin. Look at the back line. Benny Cutie and Sanford want to take him down. And now Fraser's trash. Carl Deasy very low. Look at Sanji. He goes down. Momo, the original dragon, takes him. Now Carl Deasy goes as well. But Benny Cutie, he's not done. Can he take to the skies? Baguio Airlines waiting to take off. One-way ticket to Phnom Penh and a double kill.
Yeah, 2 for 3 trade in that engage, and it is going to favor Echo a little bit more, especially that those kills were given to Benny Cutie, the hero, the player. I mean, that you don't want to feed in the gold department. You can already see the difference between the 1-1 and the Claude.
For now, everyone... Oh, actually, Rival has a small lead in terms of gold against his opposition, against Carl Deasy. But again, it's not that much. For now, Yawi is starting to turtle. Based on that fight just now, I kind of feel like Toda was also testing the waters. Same with Echo. They want to see how much damage they can really deal with each other. And I kind of feel like looking at how they played now, Momo was surprised.
That's another jump in, coming in from the playmaker. Benny Cutie looking for one more. Not gonna need the jump. Takes down Momo and that tier 1 up top. And now Carl Deasy, heavy spin, spots 2. Rival Hume spaced out. Yawi looking for the jump. Turtle reset here. Sanji maintaining the perimeter. Where's the rest of them? Down bottom! Two guys in Moon trying to take down 40. He gets out.
People like to call the Joy as a distractor hero, right? And that's exactly what he was able to do there in the bottom side. They made things a little bit too unequal for Todak. And Echo was so confident that they didn't even send Benny QT to the turtle because they knew they were able to win it 2v2. And Sanford just being that. Look at that.
Yeah, right now we can definitely see that Echo, I kind of feel like they've gotten the trend, not just going up against Echo, but in general, Toda is not doing that well for now when it comes to fighting in those neutral objectives. Right now, Momo is kind of pressured just a little bit here, but it looks like Momo wants to go in. Moon did not catch anyone out, but Yawi had to use the flicker.
Watch out for those odd angles. I think that's one way Toda can kind of rubber band their way into a mid-game power spike. And that's what we saw in game 2, but more in the ultra late game. I'm hoping we don't get there because, again, Echo learned. I think Echo knows. Echo learned their mistake there. Oh, here's a jump in. Yeah, we brought a stolen RWM. Moon pop. Just like that.
And that's just the instigator that Echo have successfully eliminated from the side of Todak. They're going to put their focus now on the bottom lane, looking for more objectives on the board and see how these just really tie to one another.
Oh, Sanford waiting, but again, not enough to take down Chico, guys. Sanford finds Rival, but again, so far, looks like both teams, if they can get a clean fight, they're not going to go for it.
Sanji already picked up that Lightning Truncheon, right? So expect more damage coming out from him. That should be the COD and the Lightning duo. But in the bottom side here, once again, this is it. Echo, they're just looking for more objectives on the board. They don't necessarily want to go for an engage so far because they know maybe in a 5v5, it's a little bit too difficult considering that what Moon just did in that previous team fight.
Right now, honestly, looking at Toda, they're not moving together. Even though I would say that draft kind of works well if they want to move together. Yawi goes in.
Pulls the trigger, goes in for the jump. Momo answers back. Rival pop by Benny Cutie. Yardman still sniping away. Humes goes down. Momo runs away. Sanji showing his Black Dragon this time around. The heavy spin, pinning down Moon. 3 for none. Echo take them all down. Now in mid.
Oh,
even
my
Sanford
God.
couldn't. The vengeance plus the ult from Sanford. Thank you very much.
That sucks.
That was almost a wipeout.
That sucks though, right?
Yeah, you know what? As a Malaysian, yes, I do agree. But again, in that kind of situation, Echo played it so well. Thought I was ready, but at the same time, they weren't. They know a fight was going to happen, but they weren't sure how Echo was going to approach it. And the way they approached it, I got to say, they staggered the damage as well as the crowd control very, very well, making sure that, okay, we focus one, and then the other, and then the other. We make sure whoever has the potential to outplay this won't have the time to do it.
That's why they split things up, right? They make things a little bit too messy for Todak in all these team fights and all these, I wouldn't even say team fights because they're not 5v5ing. It's more as skirmishes for the moment. Now 8,000 gold lead. Benny Cutie has a Malefic Roar.
He goes in again. Just like that, Echo showing what this 8K, 9K deficit does. They take down Rival and not a single move of retaliation coming in from Todak. Chiku falls as well. There's the punish. Going down, Sanford falls, but now they're inside the base. Echo are threatening a penetration, mid lane, top lane. Benny coming in Grand Theft Orange.
Right now, honestly, Momo, he can't take a lot of damage. We got to look at his itemization after this. How much defense does he really have? Because honestly, going up against Benny Cutie has like 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, the Malefic Roar could be the final call because here, again, Momo has not completed an item just yet. Aside from his damage item, the Hunter Strike, I kind of feel like he's going for the Dominance Ice. He got to complete that very, very quick.
I don't think he can, right? I mean, 1-1's already on the Malefic Roar anyway, so that's just already penetration. It's like you're 2 steps ahead, basically, of your enemy at the moment.
Not to mention Moon and Yumes, who are also struggling to build items. Heavy Spin catches Rival, changes pin code, changes zip code. On the way out, Benny Cutie takes the skies, keeping Moon alive, but just a little bit more. Momo sacrificed himself to quell this push, but only for a little while longer. There's a wave up top. Echo's gonna push in. Mid, gonna be next up on the docket. Todak knows that this is dangerous.
They got to figure out a way, man. You got to lock down Sanford one way or the other. I got to say, this game much different just because this time it's not Yumes getting caught out. It's Momo, and Momo, without the defense, he can't do much as the Black Dragon.
10,000 gold lead. Sorry, I'm thinking about this. This is looking insane as the real world manipulation gets opened up again here.
Here comes the aggressor. Sanji uses his IMU to help open up that push. No inhibitors left, no more turrets left for Todak. It's a bare base.
That's the thing, right? Because as I was thinking about it, Yumes has the real world manipulation. I feel like that's an edge that Todak has over Echo, but Echo has the Valentina. So even if you think Todak has the high ground, Sanji can just go for the exact same thing, and whatever Todak has in advantage to Echo gets taken away.
Dominance Ice built onto Momo. Sure, the fact that Benny Cutie has the Malefic Roar kind of nullifies that, but the thing is, the effect from the Dominance Ice at least can slow down the attack speed even for just a little bit. It is going to help out. For now, Echo definitely in the lead, but again, Toda, they've seen this happen before. Now Golden Staff on the Benny Cutie, this is very dangerous. 7-0 and 4 for now. Moon, if he can get a good catch, that's amazing. Because if he can do that, then maybe there's a chance.
So is Moon looking to get Benny Cutie? That's a lot of gold.
Honestly, Benny Cutie or Sanford, either, it's fine.
How do you do that as a Kadita though, right? Because usually Kadita
Get lucky.
flanks. I was gonna say flanks.
All right.
Lucky works too.
I prefer to be lucky than good.
Okay, we'll see.
It's all about timing now as Echo marches on in. Lord comes through. Yaoi catches an ult. There's an WM coming in from Yumes. Moon falls. That's a Black Dragon dancing around, but Momo lands and gets taken down just as quickly. They're clearing the waves. Chikungai is taken out right outside their base, and now Yaoi's gonna fall here. Rival gets a kill, but then it's a wipeout just as quickly. Echo are sitting at match point.
The Orcas strike back here in the 3rd game of the series, taking away the momentum that Todak have tried so hard to build for themselves.
I gotta say, man, that Joy first pick, apparently they're like, yeah, we can handle the Claude. We just need a lot of burst damage coming in from a magical source. And Sanford's like, you know what? I got this. I can deal with Chico.
He kind of did. He pretty much
Oh,
did,
he did,
right?
yeah.
Right? He was able to buy so much time for his team, create just messy team fights all around the board, split Todak up, so that Langar wasn't able to be achieved in that particular game. But now is the question, can Todak once again pick up the next game? Or is it just going to be 3-1 at this point, right?
By the way, I just gotta say, during breakfast, when you were like, yeah, maybe a 3-1.
I did say it!
You did say
I
it.
said it, right?
I didn't record it, so people just have to take our word for it. You did say it.
I said it.
But I would prefer a 2-2 after this, right?
All right.
The difference is, game number 1, a lot of emphasis onto Yumes. This time it's like, yeah, Yumes can do whatever. Everyone else is going for everyone else.
Yeah.
Momo wasn't able to do well.
With that in mind, Wolf, right?
Well,
you were
ooh.
present. You're not present now. Okay, now you're present. What are your thoughts on that game?
Well, you know, one thing that's different this time is that Benecutie had very early kills. This time he was activated. Game number 2, it was, they technically wanted Benecutie to just farm out and maybe carry them to the late game, but this time they activated him very early on, and that made a lot of difference. There was also a very important note that Lefel also said, something about the fact that they can have now a Joy going up against the Claude. The thing is, when previously they wanted for heroes that will try to go for the Claude, like Grok, for example, if you don't have your ultimate anymore, you don't really become a threat to the Claude, right? So the Claude can just gun you down. But with Vengeance on the Joy and the ultimates being very quickly when it comes to the cooldown, now you don't have a threat. So these are the things that I at least I noticed from a viewer's perspective when Echo went up against Todak.
So Chiku killed himself.
Yeah,
That's right.
essentially.
Unfortunately, 7-0 and 8, 904. They're just really topping each other. Now 947 for Benecutie.
That's 6 more.
6 more. That's 5 more actually, because 941.
2.
942.
They're both out of their minds
they're
right
both out
now.
of their minds. Okay. Lefel, what now can you say about the Filipino MVP 7-0 and 8 for Benecutie's 1-1?
Dude, that was an amazing play. The fact that in this game you look so free. Even though there's a lot of dive potential coming in from the Yuzong as well as the Kadita, it just didn't happen. It just didn't work out. Looking at the highlights here, again, during the intro we said, Echo is one of those teams that have all 5 players that all make a play. Yawi made a lot of plays. Sanford definitely made a lot of plays. And again, our MVP here, Benecutie, is there to clean everything up.
Yep. 6 minutes, you already have 2 kills. That is actually 2 kills more than he was able to do in the previous game, and he will get a 3rd even. Really being prioritized in this game. Again, after 3 minutes, he utilized Benecutie once again. There's a lot of usage on the marksman, which you typically would expect to be just farming, but knowing that Echo has that Echo Express kind of strategy, they fielded it in today. Any other highlight players in this game?
Yawi on the front end.
Okay.
He was amazing. You're amazing.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
You are amazing. You can see that the reasons why they were able to really just start the fights is not only just because of Yawi, but also Kartese. I mean, very underrated gameplay on the Akai. He was really sitting, playing slowly in the previous game, but now he's playing quickly. Do you agree with me on that one, Leo?
Yeah, no, the way Kartese played the Akai was less about securing much. If anything, 4 out of 5 heavy spins were the displaced members of Todak. So that's what made the Langar, which was already very impossible to see come in, all the more just absent. I can already hear Meng Li or... yeah, it was Meng Li. Where's the Langar?
The Kamai Kairi.
Yes.
Kamai Kairi. Okay. Lefel, there was a Blade Armor which was early picked up by Kartese. That to me spells you're not gonna make it comfortable for the Claude.
Honestly, I would say, looking at the Filipino junglers, quite a lot of Steel Lake plates in the early game as well, where we see a lot of Molten Essence, but sometimes they're like, yeah, you know what, we can clear fine. The Molten Essence has been nerfed anyway, so might as well pick up the Steel Lake plates. And against the Claude here, it worked out because Chiku just basically killed himself. The Vengeance, the Blade Armor, there's a lot of Reflect coming into this game. And Chiku, guys, even though he has the Demon Hunter sword, sometimes the healing is not enough.
Okay. In the Philippines, there's a dish called chop suey. Not
Chop suey?
Yeah, chop suey.
It sounds very familiar.
Sounds very familiar. It's almost a Chinese stir-fry mixed set of vegetables wherein you get different kinds of vegetables. Yeah, and that's what we call in the Philippines a chop suey build, or maybe just a casual item build up where you get those
Isn't
small
chop suey
items.
a ban?
What? It is.
Right?
I was going to say it's chapchai in Indo.
Oh, chapchai in Indo.
Chapchai.
Malaysia also chapchai.
I have no idea.
Should be.
Yeah, the
Korean.
mixture of vegetables, right? So
Wait, where are we going with this?
we are going with food because yeah, that's true. Because we are hungry, but you know who else is starved in this game? It was definitely Todak. With only 4 kills in this game, weren't able to farm. There's
that
so
was
many.
Your end game?
That was my end game. No, the reason why we mentioned chop suey was because of the builds, right? The Steel Lake plates, the Molten Essence.
They couldn't build anything full.
The small items. You don't really get a full meal. It's a side dish. That's the reason.
That makes sense.
That's the reason why there's a chop suey build. But That wasn't my end game, unfortunately. Now, at match point, we have to ask Lafel over and over again, what usually was Todak do in these kind of situations?
Before that, just want to say, I watched the game, but I feel like I'm more disappointed with that. What was that end game? You brought out Chop Suey, and I was like, okay.
It wasn't the end game, I told you. It was all about the casual items.
build.
The build. The Chop
Yeah,
Suey
I know,
build.
but it's like,
I like it.
Yeah, we call it.
let's agree to disagree. What was the question again? Something about my feelings and the game and what Toda has to do?
No.
No?
It's totally
No.
not about that.
It wasn't.
Oh, then what are you asking me? You're asking me out?
Yeah, maybe after this. Okay, let's skip Lafel for now and actually ask the gentleman, the gentleman with the green suit over here.
I'm not. Wait,
What?
you're a green scoot?
Yeah, that's a green suit.
Hijau.
He's colorblind.
Hijau,
Forget.
Hijau. Yeah, well, how do you feel? What should the approach for Todak as a Moonatics leader? Or
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah,
what should they
founder.
do? Founder.
Of
Yeah.
Moonatics, yes. I believe right now, Game 3 draft was, I hate to say it, but they fell to old habits. This is similar to what
Wow.
happened to the Blacklist International versus Todak from Game 2 to Game 3. They seem to have overthought the process, and LaFell, look, Humes has now broken his own record. It's now 4 out of 5 Rome Eves. The way that this Eve performed could have been instrumental to starving out the rest of Todak, right? Because you're looking at Moon. Moon has to burst Sanford or Benny Curie. He couldn't because Humes was also getting some farm because there's not much an Eve without at least a couple of items could do.
That's
And
right.
as a roamer, you have to be cost effective. As a roamer, you have to be okay with your chop suey builds.
Yep, that's right. Chop Suey again, mentioned.
I'm wondering, what if the Eve is just because Humes was low-key tilted using a frontline tank, he was always getting caught. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use a mage. I ain't going to get caught.
Why do you get tilted if you win?
That's
though?
right, he won!
I mean, I don't know.
That was the biggest of wins.
Does he get tilted like that? Is that his character?
No, but this
Oh.
is the world. Well, see, you know what? Southeast Asia is basically the world. The world stage here, you know.
It's the world.
So they say, so they say.
Yeah, so they
they
say.
say,
You know,
so they
it's
say.
not from me. It's just like the people.
What they say.
Yeah, what they say. You know who they are. You
See
know
the world.
They are amazing, by the way. What was I going again? Oh yeah,
Who knows?
maybe like being on stage, a different kind of character, a different ego brings out.
Humes
Maybe
has been here before. Humes has been on the grandest
he's never
stage of
been
the
on
world.
Phnom Penh.
Well,
How do you know?
how do you know?
Oh, that is true. I don't know.
Oh, that's also true.
Oh no, because he didn't go to SEA Games.
Nevertheless, we saw that this kind of picks weren't effective, especially against a team like Echo. So I think that we have proven after games 1, 2, and 3 that it's not just about the hero picks that they should be changing, it's their playstyle that you saw. Whenever they do this kind of strats where they just literally find the opportunity, they just win. Now, this begs the question, how do you make yourself open to those kinds of opportunities?
Here's the thing. How they won Game 2, again, that was emergent gameplay. It was a fruit of circumstance. Drafts are not fruits of circumstance.
Yeah.
Drafts
You
are
decided.
That's right. They're prepared for, they're planned for. You see what your opponents are doing. And yeah, I picked this up from former Onyx PH coach Lyric. He made a
Okay.
YouTube video on the whole Game 3 of Todak and Blacklist. And
Did he?
yeah, that's what
Okay.
opened my eyes to what could happen here. And I hate
Okay.
to caster curse it, but it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to curse, let's curse it to make it to a 2-2, right?
I mean, can I say something real quick?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
LaFell,
Yes.
come on.
Okay,
I've
okay.
been
No,
so
no, no.
kind to
Yeah,
you
please,
today.
Please, you know what? Yes,
What
you're,
is this?
You're the kindest to me,
Animosity,
actually. You're the
man.
kindest, actually.
Thank
you know what?
you.
Unwarranted.
I am.
Please talk, please talk. You know, I want to
Ever
hear your
since
voice.
yesterday.
I mean,
Okay, coming back to my point that I really wanted to make earlier is that now Todak does have the choice to be first pick again. Is that going to be
Oh, right.
detrimental to how this drafting phase just unfolds?
Yeah, I think that was a very valid point because there's a lot of power with the first pick. Remind me again, what was the first pick of Echo? It was
Joy.
Joy.
Joy
Joy.
Which was
Valentina.
also the priority for...
Joy is a very good hero, by the way. Joy is amazing.
Yeah, Joy's great here in
Yeah.
MSC. Yeah, they really like it up. But yeah, I do. That was a fair point, Eterna. I think that personally, first pick in this particular series, right? We are gonna see it. It's a 30% pick rate for Joy, but when it comes to its win rate, it's definitely that high. 1-1, however, you get away with game number 2, but you lose game number 3. As Todak, how do you evaluate this hero now? Is it a Is it a hero that you give to Echo after games 2 and 3?
Something tells me you have to prioritize it still because of how the meta favors banning out suppression heroes. And suppression heroes are one of the best ways to stop Joy. So without the natural predator,
Okay.
the Joy just gets out there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do agree. Do you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah,
Yes.
we've been
Okay.
hearing you for the longest time.
Hello.
Okay, good. Amazing. I kind of feel like this Phoveus ban really surprised Toda, honestly, because again, the 1-1 is open as well, but like Leo said, a great thing to talk about is the fact that the suppressed heroes are banned out, so it does activate quite a lot of heroes, so the drafts is... I don't know, even if I'm in Toda's shoes, even I'm not too sure. Honestly, first picking the Joy would be good, because we've seen even Momo do good on the Joy.
It's a flex. It's a flex. When you go ahead and consider the situation, the meta favors Joy being out there. It's so weird that why just now, day 2 of knockouts, are we saying that Joy is as lethal as she has always been? Yes, she has been nerfed, but I think it's legit. I think, yeah, choosing sides allows for you to choose where Joy comes up.
Here's the thing about the Joy, right? I kind of feel like, in terms of Joy...
Joy.
it's-
Yeah, Joy.
Yeah, Joy, what was I going to say about the Joy?
Joy.
Oh, yeah. Joy is very player dependent. Because in terms of Joy, I kind of feel like it's not one of those heroes you just pick up and play. It's one of those heroes that if you have a very good pilot on your hands, that Joy is like top of the world. But if you're not that great at it,
Okay.
you're going to look very mediocre. That's why I kind of feel like in
Okay.
MSC,
Okay.
it's very mixed bag.
Which allows for me to say, and this comes from the founder of Moonatics, we might not see it in mid for Toda. It's
Okay.
it's just not a Moon thing, right?
Exactly, I agree.
Just the same, I'm gonna say, it's not a Carl Teasy thing. It just doesn't fit the bill. At this point in Carl Teasy's career, he wants to play the Akais.
Wait,
He wants
so-
to play the Fredrins.
So you mean choosing between Akai Fredrin Joy, you would rather Akai Fredrin as Call TZ?
Yeah.
Is that what it... Whoa.
I would agree. I would agree.
think if I know the GOAT,
Wow.
if
I
I,
would
know
agree.
the GOAT today,
Wow.
that's the priority. That's why Sanford's playing it.
Well, that is very
Sanford
true.
likes Joy.
Well, yeah, it's true that if you want to see Carl TZ just picking up the Joy, we should have seen it earlier on, right?
Exactly.
So many
Yeah.
chances that they could have
Exactly.
done it.
Jungle Joy, right?
The Jungle Joy, indeed.
How about Rival?
Rival really likes the assassins, but I kind of feel like he would not be able to guess how much damage he can take. So I kind of feel like he can kill someone, but he would instantly die as well. So I kind of feel like Jungle Joy... for
Not as
Toda,
safe.
Not safe.
Okay.
Really not safe.
I can dig it.
Okay.
Sanji though is a wild card. Sanjoy
Sanjoy.
Sanjoy.
is a uncontrollable element. I think I'm not so
Yeah.
sure yet.
But I do like Sanji's just so... I think he's just so acclimated with the nuke mages, the artillery mages, right?
Oh,
Your
I mean,
Farson-
Joy can nuke someone. With the ult, definitely.
If you plan for it.
If you plan for it.
No, if you're good enough, you can.
I'm not sure we're getting the same idea of what nuke is. Because typically nukes come from above. That's why it's a nuke.
Sorry, I don't have first-hand experience. My bad.
Well, yeah, bad for you, but good enough for the members of Echo and Todak as we get to game number 4. Just a few seconds remaining for the draft. We theory crafted that it's gonna be always the blue side that will be prioritized by the losing team. So far in 3 games, that's what we saw, and now it isn't gonna be the case. Same set of bans for Todak and Echo. Expect maybe the Joy this time
Yeah,
for Todak.
I think so. If they ban out the Kaja here, then they'll very lovingly go into the 3T maneuver.
Okay.
The tic-tac Trevor trade, they don't
Yeah.
mind it because they can win it.
I kind of feel like Kaja ban and then Joy ban because they always ban out the Phoveus. But in this game, I kind of feel like Betty Cutie does not necessarily need the 1-1. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Betty Cutie could go on the Beatrix and he will still be fine. So
Okay.
perhaps if you really want to change things up, you know?
So we're expecting Kaja here for Todak, and then for Echo, probably another Phoveus.
Or they ban out the Joy and try to pick up the Kaja.
To me, your team.
Or maybe just ban out the 1-1 and then
Time
don't
to
worry
drop
about
the
it.
beat
Oh
of the
no!
Joy ban.
Echo was on it.
They
Kaja?
know. Kaja is open. Is it the first pick Todak thing?
Is Yums
Would
still
you
in it?
rather go Fredrin here if you're Todak?
I almost want to go Fredrin.
Okay.
Because the Kaja is an amazing hero, but there's options, you know?
Yep, there are options.
I am the power
Never
of
mind.
light
Kaja
and
first pick.
dark.
All right.
Kaja first pick. What's your answer, Echo? There's the Valentina that they always utilize against this Kaja.
Yeah.
And the Fredrin is also
See value
open.
in me?
We can expect that as the first 2 picks for
Fredina
Echo.
or Fred Eve?
Oh, that's right.
I feel Fred Val.
Fredval, I do.
One or
I
the
do V.
other.
FV. Let's go.
The FB.
Yeah, FV.
Yeah, the FV.
Yeah.
The-
Because if you pick up the Eve, it's gonna be suppressed anyway. So
No, because if you pick up the Eve early, this time, yeah, Toda could pick up something like the Kadita to fight back.
Yeah,
And the thing is,
you're right.
if Toda eventually just pick up the Eve, you have an Eve yourself.
Oh, wait, just the same. It's possible that it might even be Fred Medina.
Fred Kadita now.
No, but it's just
FV. All right.
We overthought it.
Yeah.
Cloud still is good for Todak. Then there's that argument that can be made. That
Actually, here, Carry might be the...
yeah. There's an argument can be
Carry.
made for carry because it's a Kaja carry.
Yep.
Right. That could be the case. Then pick up the Eve, and your draft is pretty good if you're Todak.
Let's say for Moon, because there's not much room for the Kadira unless they put the Kadira in the Yaoi's
Yep.
hands.
So it's a carry Eve, the KY or the YK.
Why do we always want to acronymize
Acronymize?
acronymize all of
You
this?
pick your spots. That's what
Yeah.
makes it funnier. Not everything.
And tide wait for no
Oh,
one.
but no,
Oh.
the Matrix
We haven't seen Beatrix in a while.
But instant pick.
You
Just
see-
quickly. Instant pick. It's not even think about it.
You know that it's a counter. The Beatrix will suffer from this hero.
Yeah, true.
And then, of course, the general idea is that you kind of mess up the combo. If there will be a Kaja to jump into the backlines, stack, and then damage with the Beatrix, Yuzhong will be perfect. That's why the ban here instantly is Eve. We thought about this.
Yep. The anti-box.
The anti-box, I love the
They
the
ru-
anti-box box.
That's right. They ruin it. They cut a line through it. How's Todak play? They're forced to play guerrilla tactics now.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, looking at the draft, what would be good for Moon? Because I kind of feel like now that you have the Kaja, now that you have the Akai, maybe you can force some fights out, but you need the damage. You need the follow-up, right?
Yeah.
Burst.
So I'm not so sure what's the safest for Moon here, because if you pick up the Lilia is kind of safe. In terms of damage, not bad. Toda themselves, okay, yeah, because
Okay.
they have the
They have
Matrix.
the
already.
Beatrix
Yeah,
anyways. I'm thinking Kadira actually, but it could be panned out.
Nope. I was thinking of Karita as well, but...
So you revert back to the Farsa, but Farsa and Beatrix both suffer from Yuzhong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say mid is so tight right now? Like mid
Yeah,
is...
I agree.
I don't want to say worst, but it's the worst lane to be right now. Like answers
Wait.
and threats.
Novaria is still open if you want to try
All
that.
right.
I don't think he has enough damage because you have to make sure your second skill actually hits.
It's an anti-synergy with everything
I
else
mean, yeah,
so
that's
far.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's too
Lunox?
much. Very slow though.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if somewhere along the lines of a Kagura even. If this will be an assassin pickup for Echo, which I think it will not be the case because they already have the Fredrin and they use them anyways. That could be the case.
Is picking.
I don't know. Honestly, if you want to go for more just like less vulnerable type of mid laners, Lilia again is something that maybe Todak would want to go for.
It's going to be very dangerous because, again, I agree with Leo. I play mid as well. Not a lot of very good picks with,
tight.
with what I already
Yeah.
have.
What if Echo picks up the Melissa so they kind of force the Farsa on Todak, and then when it's a Farsa Beatrix, it's very bad for their squad.
Yep. So you just choose a lesser evil,
You-
but it's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad against
Yeah, right.
Yuzhong. And of course the Valentina.
It's not just a normal Yuzhong. It's Sanford Yuzhong.
I've been
It's
waiting
SFYZ. I mean, we're
Yeah, you're right.
I say everything, right?
You're right.
Pretty sure Sanford's one word.
Okay, there's the carry. Is there a world where you go Hayabusa if you're Todak?
I think it's very hard just because of the Yuzhong
Okay.
and Fredrin. It's very hard.
Okay, okay. So you really put this Akai on the jungle role.
Yeah, we're looking at the
Yeah.
jungler.
Okay. That means you need
A mid laner.
a mid laner. Farsa, the Kagura, I feel like the Kagura is...
Moon has a Kagura.
Yeah, he can play a Kagura. He can play Kagura. Again, I'm thinking Lunox, but again, it's very dangerous as well.
Not possible for a Faramis pick.
Esmeralda Kag... Oh, you're right. You're right, actually.
Paramis is actually
Lapu is also open for Todak.
Paramis Lapu.
Lapu Kagura,
The falling
maybe?
stars brought us here.
Novaria.
Novaria.
Will soon be
All right,
Wait,
we're gonna
wait.
try.
Natalia, is this Natalia instant pick for Echo?
Yawi, Natalyawi.
Natalia?
He's gonna do it.
Dude, don't. Come on, man.
Or maybe an assassin?
Give us a chance, man. Come on.
You know, like, honestly, looking at Echo right now, they already kind of have an answer to the Novaria anyway, right? The Yuzong.
There's so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Natalia.
They wouldn't mind stealing Astral Echo
Wait,
either.
is Cho open?
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
They can go the boring route with the Cho.
Oh, it's boring.
It's
now.
boring
I
now.
mean, you want to win, right?
Yeah.
You want to win, so.
And it's match point.
And it's match point.
There you go.
Okay.
Boring.
Justice in
Not
the
just kidding. This is definitely a stuff for Legends. So the classic combo was the Kajap plus the carry. This time it's one of the other classic ones, which is the Kajap plus the Beatrix. The way for you to kind of replicate that, it's either you go Valentina or the Cho with the Way of the Dragon, or maybe the Valentina copying the Divine Judgment. Clearly, Echo is really planned for this carry to be good and to deliver the kills to them. That is going to be the draft for potentially the last game of this series. But of course, Todak will not let that happen just easily. So, Eterna, why don't you take us to game number 4?
All right. And you know, on top of your point, there's also the Novaria and the Beatrix combo, right? So there's a lot of just combos, these sets that are coming out from Todak. They're going to be able to win it when it comes down to those pickoffs, but it could be a different story when it comes down to those team fights. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, potentially it could be the last game of the series if Todak can't force this out from the Orcas. And with that, let's begin game number 4 between both Todak as well as Echo.
Right now, I'm looking at my heart rate and it's pretty high. Speaking of which, right now, looking at the situation, we got to see how Yumes as well as Moon is going to play this out, because there's always that potential of Novaria stealing away the buff very early on.
Yep, there's a lot that the Novaria puts on the table. It's just a matter of timing, and if Todak's communications are on point, especially now that their backs are against the wall.
True. And that actually is going to be applied in all these 3 lanes as well, right? So far, how is this Yuzong and the Lapu Lapu matchup going to look like?
Well, it looks like Momo is going to take a lot of damage, so I don't know how to follow up on that conversation now.
I mean, it changes at level 4, no?
Yes, definitely.
But, yeah, that's because Sanford used his full combo.
Yeah.
His level 2 combo.
Dude, again, that's pretty hard. BettyQt breaks the GPM high score again with 947 gold per minute last game. Rival is here to help out Momo. And now, again, so far, it looks like a lot of attention has to be given over to Momo. Momo needs the babysit for just a little bit. Sanford showing Momo not a good time.
And that's the question, right? Because right now, it's very different. When we saw those 2 lanes, it's usually in favor of Echo, but this time Todak does have a winning lane, which is in the gold lane. Do you think they're able to play around that, play around Chiku?
Honestly, I kind of feel like this is also a false sense of security, but because the moment Chiku tries to go for that trade, all of a sudden Yaoi is there. So even if you're winning the lane, you could end up losing just because all of a sudden Yaoi is a thing.
So it really depends on where Yaoi is situated on
Exactly.
the map, right? Okay, but so far he's in mid. He hasn't really focused on the gold lane just yet. You can see that Echo, they're trying to play with their winning lanes. And here we go. So much action here in the bottom side, or what is going to be a lot of action in the bottom side. But actually, no, yo.
It's a lot of action from Echo, and Todak understood that, you know what, they have such a great advantage in early. Let's just give him the turtle. Clean take for Echo.
Sanford, man, this is the Sanford effect. The fact that once he opens the Black Dragon form, everyone's like, you know what, I don't want to mess with this. The guy is kind of strong on this hero, so we're not going to do much. For now, Chiku, guys, is able to win out just a little bit. But again, Yumes and Yaoi. So both roamers have roughly the same idea, but Sanji is there. He could provide the backup that could change the tide. So looks like Toda, they're not going to go for it.
What are they going to go for here, right? There's not really any objectives on the map, but
Look at the sandwich play. There's a kick on the Yumes, the first to fall. Echo draws first blood.
800 gold lead already here in the first 3 minutes of the game. And before the first turtle, right, everyone wanted to go to that level, that EXP, right, to get that level, to get that level 4, because both of these roamers are reliant on that. So far, There is a pick on to Todak, but what else can they utilize? Because like I mentioned before, there's not many objectives on the board just yet. Do they want to focus on pressuring the gold lane?
Honestly, at this point, I'm just looking at Yumes because Yumes so far has been quite a bit. Rival trying to set something up for his team, but could be very, very dangerous here. Now, Retribution use onto Rival as well. So far, this is a lot of nothing team fights. But Momo going up against Sanford, almost winning that 1v1.
All right, so it looks like Momo, as you mentioned, Eterna, that dynamic should change once Momo hits level 4. So I think it's closer to 50-50. And yeah, I have to note as well, the relative absence of both teams in the XP lane. If it's all about gold, then they've both decided, yeah, this is a gentleman's agreement, we're not going to XP.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point, for both teams, they're like going mano a mano. Yumes against Yawi, Sanji against Moon. Because I kind of feel like every single time they're targeting, they're targeting their counterpart. Because again, even from game number 1, Yawi, who are you catching? Yumes. Everyone's just like, yo, let's do 1v1, 5 different places.
And Yume's back on Yawi as well. So there's a little bit of beef there, but here we go.
40 going in deep up top. Yumes gets the pull on the Benny. Rival with the heavy spin, gonna pin down Sanford. Momo gets the kill. Yumes though goes down. Taken out by Benny Cutie. That fight's still happening up top, but down here near the orange buff, Rival falls. Carl Teasy got his eyes on the orange buff, gotta steal it away.
2-for-1 trade, nearly 3. Oh, it could be 3 right now.
Chiku
They gotta go for it.
gets taken down. Benny goes deep behind enemy territory. And all this while, by the way, it was started off by Echo taking second turtle.
Again, I gotta say, that was a very risky play going for those minions. But again, this is kind of like the Toda playstyle. It's like, yeah, I die, it's okay. I don't look at KDAs that much. And now, Rival and Carl Teasy again. Mano a mano up top. Yumes gets caught again by Yawi.
Who the orange, the purple go to? All right, so at least Rival got his purple. That's not so bad. But given these movements in the jungle, that gold lane got popped wide open. Tier 1 goes down.
And that's not great, right? Because now, what we thought was a weak lane, what we thought Benny Cutie was playing weak side, he's been fed 3 kills already in the first 5 minutes of the game, and he already has his first item on the way to the second. Meanwhile, Beatrix still stuck at that.
I mean, ultra late game, Beatrix should have the advantage just because you have a lot of range as long as you can handle both Sanford as well as Yawi. Now, concealed play, Yumes. Will he go for Sanford right now? Sanford wants to fight back. He sees Chico guys, he sees Moon, he wants Moon.
That's a full combo set in by Sanford. Black Dragon form straight into 4. Let's see, Rival playing footsies. Astral Echo set out. Sanji catches that bolt. And now Yumes, the only one left forward. Divine Judgment. In comes Chico. Looking for more. Not enough damage. Carl Teasy, the middle of 3. In comes the headbutt from Rival. No dice. But look at mid. Oh, all this time, Echo's buying time. Benny gets a push.
A little bit of miscom, I think, there because Yumes wanting for the cash, but I kind of feel like Chico guys, he did not have his ult ready. If he did, I kind of feel like that was a kill. The basic attacks, not enough just yet because Chico guys just has the Blade of Despair, which is great, but kind of great when you're using your ult. Basic attack for right now, with the deficit that you have, not great. 3.6k, 3.7k. Chico guys just needs a little bit more.
He needs a little bit more. His team needs to buy him a little bit more time, but that's the problem. Do they have enough time? Echo are playing the map exquisitely, right? Already getting that top tower as well with just how they were able to manipulate those side waves. Even in the mid, right? It seemed like Todak were hyper-focusing on the bottom lane, looking for that pick, like you mentioned before, but that actually just gave Echo the room and the space to go for another objective on the board.
Right now, look at Echo. They're clumped up together. Uh-oh. Moon giving just a little bit of vision, so they roughly understand that it's not a 1v1. Right now, there's 3 members there. Fredrin has to get his buff. Yumes, do you want to catch Yawi? Do you feel that vengeful?
The 4v4 just waiting to happen. You can feel the tension. Rival spots Yawi. Heavy spin, forcing out a flicker. In comes Sanford. Watch Carl Teasy getting those stacks in, forcing out a flicker away from Chico guys. Yumes already popped the conceal. No dice. Rival headbutts in. Spent his ult already. That's a false engage. And now look, it's Momo off camera. Up top taking a tier 1.
Right now, looks like they're just trying to split. They're trying to find Yumes. Yumes able to dodge out of that. Yumes still has his Divine Judgment. And again, for now, it looks like both teams are trying to see who has the better trigger finger.
Okay, now in that trade, definitely worth it for Todak, right? Wait.
Yeah.
Flicker?
Dude,
Okay.
if that was me, I would flicker
You'd
out.
flicker out too.
Yeah,
All right,
I
all
would
right.
flicker out because that was so scary.
All right, understandable flicker. But in that trade, I feel like Todak, they're finally trading back. They're finally pushing the punches back again, right? Because if Echo was able to get perhaps a pick at least onto one member in the bottom side, then it could be a worth it trade for them. But they weren't able to. Todak, they're trying to outsmart Echo at this point.
Yep, anything on the map is actually something Todak would like to get their hands on in the least amount of cost, right? So if Humes has to die, so be it. If Momo has to die, sure, but he hasn't yet. Rival, sure. So this is fine. I think Todak's map isn't very small as compared to what the gold lead might show. And I think Moon's Astral Echo is helping now. Lord started up at half health. Humes with that angle, going for the flank, spotted by Kaltizi. No one home, but wait, Benny Cutie versus Momo, forcing out a Bravest Fighter, forward flicker by the Storm, and Sanji with a heavy spin on Rival. Still yet to use his OG heavy spin, there's a knock-up, Chico Guys falls, 40 finds him, Humes falls as well, 2K for the Apex Predator, and now Echo on full swing, the aggression finds Moon, way of the dragon. Here's Rival trying to solve a losing situation, and that's a wipeout at 9:43.
We saw what Todak was trying to do. They're trying to split everyone up. They're trying to get into a good position to pinch Echo in. But the moment Benny Cutie found Momo, you do not have that flank coming in from the top side. And the fact that Kaltizi saw Humes on the bottom side, it made it so that that whole pincer thing, trying to box them in, it did not work out. Todak, unfortunately, Echo knew what was going to happen and they stopped that. Prevention is better than cure.
For sure, they started that team fight already at a deficit, already at a handicap there, with the fact that he was already taken out before they went for it. And you can see Echo once again picking up the space here. Yaoi
gets a kick, and it's on Humes. Here comes Sanji. Rival took some time to get his purple. Humes is still alive. Watch how Momo and Rival draw a line. Heavy spin set up. Yaoi very low. Gets on out of here. They pop Rival. Sanji gets the kill. Todak are holding on. Lord has been taken down. Sanji with the flicker. That's 2K for him. Momo falls. Sanford with the Black Dragon form. Full-on combo. Moon falls inside his base. And Echo get 3 for none.
10 minutes, 11 minutes, 10,000 gold lead. Luckily for Todak, they didn't have the waves at the right time. Todak were still able to clear that mid and that bottom side. Otherwise, this would have looked a lot different. Where did it all go wrong? Let's take a look at that again.
Again, the instant replay, unfortunately, we're not looking at the Lord fight. And here's, Yaoi was solo, but the fact that Rival, he tried to go in, Sanji pushed him away like the Beyblade effect happening. If it weren't for Sanji, I kind of feel like Rival was able to pin quite a lot, and Chico would have been able to deal out quite significant amount of damage. So the fact that Sanji was there, preventing Rival from making a play, that was big.
Now, another engagement. This is the right thing to do for Echo. They just push the advantage, force these engagements. They steal the orange away. And now Todak are forced to stay inside their own base.
Wow. Echo just completely dominating here in the 12th minute of game. And when we took a look at that replay, right, it was such an unfortunate Astral Sphere. It should have hit Yaoi. It was a few centimeters off in terms of that range. But later on, right, we're already 12 minutes in. Moon should be getting those items back. I'm curious to see how it looks like, because in the later stage of the game, that type of poke should be able to deter Echo's aggressiveness later on, right?
Moon needs 2 items, you guys needs 4. Going up against this composition, the fact that you guys can't deal out easy damage is quite a problem, because now Chico Guys even has a Wind of Nature, so he can survive a little bit longer going up against Sanford. Not going to survive quite well going up against Benny Cutie. Looking at the itemization here, Moon only has 2 items, which is strong, but going up against Sanji, 1, 2, 3 items here. And the fact that there's a lot of penetration coming in from the Genius Wand as well as the Arcane Boots, Chiku won't be able to do well because he has absolutely no magic resist.
Oh man, and unfortunately Yaoi as well as Carl TZ already do. So
Benny Cutie is full item, by the way.
yeah, Novari needs at least penetration at this
Yeah.
point, right? Divine Glaive or even the Genius one.
At this point, I kind of feel like, yeah, it's the Divine Glaive because Echo, their lineup is way too tanky. You gotta stop Carl TZ and Sanford somehow.
I'm also wondering where Humes is right now. In this situation, 13 minutes in, 1-13, he thought of building the fleeting time first, plus a couple of baby armor items, baby sustain items. What was that? Was he thinking to go aggressive much faster than they're actually going now?
Yeah, but the thing is, he always get caught by Yaoi. Speaking of Yaoi now, he's in the front line. Sanford, Black Dragon form going in.
2 lanes pushed in, 2 lanes threatened by Echo. Lord crashing on through top lane, fully penetrated. Todak now has permanent damage on their hands. Now Echo might go ahead for mid. Mind you, some key ults have been spent.
Yeah, but the thing is, I kind of feel like Echo, they're not going to be too aggressive for now unless Yaoi has anything to say about it because Sanford, he doesn't have the Black Dragon form. Wait for that. Once he's on, then they might go for something.
Ooh, they're not playing that top side.
Wait, a concealed play. They find the goat. Carl DZ with at half health.
Oh,
now
no.
they have isolated Chico guy Sanji with a heavy spin of his own. Double kill for Sanji. Humes is already out as well. Moonfall is just Momo and Rival left. Momo gets popped. Rival inside his base. What's he thinking? What's he gonna do? Echo has no waves in mid, but they do down bottom. Yaoi's still here, living on the edge. Black Dragon form. Echo smell blood. It's just Rival against the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Echo are just waiting for these minions to move on up as they make it to the next stage.
They have not lost a single match in the group stage, and they move on here in the knockout. What a performance by the Orcas themselves, proving what it means to be the world champs.
Congratulations to Dora for making it this far, but Echo is moving on. It was a very gutsy play at the end there, trying to catch someone. But again, like I said, looking at the Valentina, a lot of penetration there. Chico guys had absolutely no magic resist. And the Valentina just caught him off guard. It's like, yeah, I'm here. You're going to go down.
Wait, so with this, we've confirmed the top 3 already, right? We just need 1 more remaining. We're all going to the semifinals.
That's right. Up next.
Just 1 more, either Onyx or Evos.
Yeah.
Woo.
And with that, the last, well, the lone Malaysian team gets eliminated. And now we're only left with 2 Filipino teams, a Kamai team, and 1 more Indonesian.
We'll take a look at what the winners have to say about that match.
សូមស្នូទាំងដៃឲ្យអេកូមួយមកអត់ទៅលឺទេសូមសំលេងឲ្យខ្លាំងៗឲ្យអេកូម្ដងទៀតមកវ៉ាវតោះខាងនេះយើងឃើញថាមាន fan របស់អេកូច្រើនណាស់សូមហៅឲ្យអេកូឲ្យខ្លាំងៗមួយមកវ៉ាវ energy ពិតជាខ្លាំងមែនតើឥឡូវនេះយើងឃើញថាអេកូជាមួយនឹងតូដាបានវាយគ្នាត្រឡប់ទៅវិញទៅមកមួយស្មើប៉ុន្តែបន្តមកទៀតគឺអេកូទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅវគ្គមួយនេះផងដែរឥឡូវនេះយើងរកឃើញម្ចាស់ពានហើយនៅក្នុងវគ្គនេះគឺបានទៅលើអេកូរបស់ហ្វីលីពីនវ៉ាវឥឡូវនេះយើងចាំនឹងថាតើអេកូអ្នកទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះមួយនេះគាត់មានអារម្មណ៍យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរអូខេសូមត្រឡប់ទៅកាន់ Mara ទាំងអស់គ្នាលើ stage I'm gonna pass it to Mara on stage
Congratulations, Echo! Great fight. But you know what? A lot of your fans got nervous after game number 2, during game number 2 actually. A lot of them were screaming. They thought you had that one. It was back and forth. Your opponent tried to do a backdoor. Actually, in the comment section, a lot of people were saying that game number 2, you guys got overconfident. Especially you, Yaoi, because they saw you doing a lot of TPs. How true is that? Were you really overconfident for game number 2?
Confident naman po talaga kami na mananalo kami ngayon eh. Tsaka yung pagtitipi naman po namin kapag wala lang po gagawin or kakatapos na ng clash. Yun lang po.
So they're really confident that they're gonna win today. And in terms of TP, they usually do that after the clash. So it's a thing that you like to do. Why is that?
Nakaka-boost po ng moral po namin. Tsaka na-hype po lahat. Yan po. Nabuboost po yung moral namin, tas na-hype po kami lahat.
Oh, their morale is boosted and even their own players gets hyped up.
វ៉ាវអញ្ចឹងយើងមានន័យថាយើងអត់ចាំបាច់ទៅឆ្ងល់នេះច្រើនទេព្រោះអីដោយសារតែអេកូគាត់បានដឹងហើយថាគាត់នឹងទទួលបានជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះជាធីមតែម្ដងព្រោះអីដោយសារតែ player គ្រប់គ្នាគឺសិតតែទទួលបាននៅការបង្វឹកក៏ដូចជាការលេងយ៉ាងល្អមែនទែនបាទ
San brothers, Sanji, Sanford, after game number 2, you guys went to your room. What did you guys talk about? Because after that, everything went uphill from there.
Parang ano po, pinag-usapan lang po yung mali namin and dinadjust lang po yung draft. And mas kalmado po kami nung, anong game yun? Game 3 and game 4 po, ayun. So sinabi ko rin po na babawi ako kasi parang crucial po yung nagawa kong error ng game 2.
Oh, okay, well, they just talked more about their strategy, the draft, what they needed to do. And actually, he said that he was gonna make it up. He was gonna make up for it for his team because he felt that he made crucial mistakes for game number 2 and he bounced back.
អូខេនៅពេលដែលអេកូមិនបានទទួលបានជ័យជំនះទៅលើតូដាក់នៅក្នុងវគ្គមុនអញ្ចឹងគាត់ត្រឡប់ទៅដល់បន្ទប់គាត់វិញគាត់ពិតជាបានសុំទោសទៅកាន់ធីមគាត់ដែលគាត់មិនបានលេងដោយប្រុងប្រយ័ត្នហើយគាត់ថាគាត់នឹងរៀបចំនៅ strategy ក៏ដូចជាយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រនៅក្នុងការវាយតូដាក់ឲ្យចាញ់នៅក្នុងវគ្គបន្តទៅទៀតផងដែរបាទ
And this one is for Benny Cutie. Now, what did this mean when you were doing this? What does that mean?
Ano po, hindi ko po alam eh. Nakita ko lang po kay Zico guys. Ginaya ko lang po.
So you don't know what it means. You just saw Chiku that he was doing it, so you were just copying it.
Apo.
Now, unfortunately, you eliminated Malaysia's Pride Todak. What is your message for them?
Message sa Todak, nice game and sobrang ganda nung pinakita nating laban para sa mga viewers. And good luck sa MPL.
He's sending a message to Todak that it's a nice game, and both of them, even Todak, put such a great effort and put such a great show for the audience. And he's wishing Todak good luck for MPL, and perhaps you'll see each other
យើងឃើញ
again.
ថា battle មួយនេះគឺពិតជាស្វិតស្វាញមែនទេព្រោះឯដោយសារតែមិនដូច battle មុនទេគឺ3-0 តែម្ដងប៉ុន្តែគឺចំពោះនៅក្នុងការប្រយុទ្ធមួយនេះគឺយ៉ាងហើយក៏ទទួលបានមួយពីខាងតូដាក់មកវិញដែរអញ្ចឹងគាត់ជូនពរឲ្យតូដាក់ទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះក៏ដូចជាសំណាងល្អនៅក្នុងឱកាសក្រោយផងដែរបាទ
Now up next, it'll be 2 Indonesian giants. If you get to choose, let's give it to Carl Tizzy. If you get to choose between Onyx or Evo's Legends, the very first world champions, you being a 2-time world champion yourself, okay, which one would you rather choose? A fellow world champion or Onyx?
Ano po, Evos po kasi gusto po namin sila bawian kasi tinalo nila kami ng MPLI.
Oh, so he wants to face Evos because they want to bounce back and make a comeback. Revenge because they beat you for MPLI. Now, what is your message to all the Echo fans, especially those who flew all the way here to support you? Sanji, ikaw.
Thank you sa mga fans and salamat po sa mga sumuporta sa amin.
Thank you to all the fans and thank you to all who supported them.
អូខេគាត់អរគុណទៅដល់អ្នកដែលគ្រប់គ្រងគាត់តាំងពីដើមរហូតដល់ពេលនេះហើយឥឡូវនេះគាត់ទទួលបានជ័យជំនះហើយដោយសារតែការគ្រប់គ្រងរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបានធ្វើឲ្យគាត់ទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះហើយសម្រាប់សំណួរអមាញ់មិញថាតើនៅពេលដែលគូបន្ទាប់តែគាត់ចង់ជួបជាមួយអ្នកណាគឺគាត់ចង់ជួបជាមួយនឹង Evo's Legend
And now it's time to find out who the MVP is for the first match of the day. Let's take a look. And the MVP is...
wow,
Sanji! Sanji, MVP! What are your thoughts on that? Did you expect that? Isang turo. Sanji, point. Copy that post. Go ahead. Oh! Do you have anything to say about you being MVP? Because a lot of fans love you here. mo sabihin sa lahat ng mga fans? Kasi ang daming nagmamahal sa'yo dito, ha? So, ikaw yung MVP ng masasabi mo doon.
Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you. And that's what he's saying. Once again, everybody, congratulations to Echo moving on to the next round. We're gonna break that down for you even more, so we're gonna go back to our...
Oh, is it the lady? I mean, the gentleman and the lady. Yeah.
You know, at this point, you just refer to me as gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, if you
know,
prefer that, okay.
The people.
It's okay.
The people.
Alright.
The panel. MVP is Sanji for that game and for that series. 7-0-5. Wonderful performance on the Valentina. Unforgettable copy the ultimate, utilizing the heavy speed for the Beyblade action, as LaFell would say.
He has
but
everything.
Overall, he did have
Let it
everything.
rip.
What did he have?
He had the Beyblade again, heavy spin.
Okay.
He could use Divine Judgment. I'm not even sure if he stole at some point Bravest Spider. I'm pretty sure he did it. It would be a waste. Even Astral Echo. Getting Astral Echo would be so good.
That's right. But
Let's see.
LaFell, you saw through the. Can you talk us through what Echo did correctly in this game through our highlights?
They saw the future. 20
They saw
seconds
the future.
20 seconds ahead, because every single angle Toda was trying to do, they knew it was coming. This is the fight around the Lord where, okay, Yumes, you wait in that bush. Momo, you're gonna come from top. All three of us are gonna charge at the same time in mid. They saw that happening, killed Momo first, killed Yum seconds. The other three, doesn't matter. At that point, in the bottom side, they knew that Toda wanted to go for anyone. So Carl TZ just made himself his bait. And then Sanji just waited, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna come in, do damage onto Chiku guys. Once Chiku's not there, the rest of you kind of don't matter. So at this point, I would say they learned the habits of Toda. So before Toda made the play, they could instinctually know what they were looking for.
Okay, in most of those fights that we saw through the highlights, surely you saw like Sanji and everybody just thinking ahead, right? And I think the guy who thought ahead many more times was Yaoi. And I would like to ask Eterna, because she was the one who predicted this Cho pick. Were you that impressed about the performance of Yaoi, or was it just like another day at the office for the Cho god of the Philippines?
I mean, honestly, it kind of was, right?
Kinda was, right?
That's what you'd expect. That's why you said it was boring. Because at this point, we expect that of him. And it just fit their composition and how to counter the enemy's composition most. So that's how I was like, you know what? Cho.
Yeah.